Okay, for that weird introduction, welcome everybody to the first episode of the We Know Vidya podcast. I'm Blue Crasher, or Roger, as you'll come to know. It is Monday, May 10th, and this is going to be the first episode. We're going to see how this works because we're all fairly new to how this podcasting things work. Anyone have anything? Anybody want to introduce themselves?
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Dr. Arthur Robotnik, or Evil King Jesse as you follow me on Twitter. Also known as Evil King Dr. Arthur Robotnik there. My name is Jesse. I run the Twitch channel Dr. Arthur Robotnik. Currently, I am streaming Pokemon Emerald. It's good. And who goes next?
Just pass the baton.
Yeah, this is the baton pass. Oh,
yeah, I guess we'll just go down in order. Oh, hi, Cedric.
Actually, I would like to toss one more thing in real quick.
He's arrived.
I do have some slight podcasting experience, as I actually had some experience with college radio, by the way, too.
Nice.
Okay.
So do I.
So I can help you guys out if you guys ever need anything.
Neat.
So now,
Well,
will you
Cedric, you joined at a perfect time.
We just started.
You
Yeah, we literally just started. All right. So I guess we can just go down from the order we're looking at in Discord, I guess. So I'll go next.
Or in order. Well, actually, I just realized that's in order of how y'all are in the chat on my window.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on my Twitch stream.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, perfectly. All right, so I'll go next.
Yeah, let's
I'll go next.
go next.
Yeah, okay.
That's
I'm
my
Flex.
objection.
I go by FearalFlex on Twitter, @FearalFlex. I also go by that on Twitch. I'm a big Halo nerd. I just kind of play. I'll play a lot of FPS games. That's kind of where I got my taste in that was Halo. And I do stream. I'm currently doing Halo Reach and Pokemon Crystal. So yeah, that's about it. All I've got to say.
Hold on a second. For the ones that have a Twitch channel, let me shout y'all out really quick.
Yeah.
Go and do that real quick. I was about to ask if we should do that.
Also, follow me on Twitter @FearalFlex if you want to get your daily dose of weird shit.
I misspelled your name.
Robotnik for also your, Evil King Jesse for your also daily dose of weird crap.
Indeed.
I'll shout myself out. There's a space in my name.
No, I keep it.
Yeah, wait a second. Oh, I see what you're doing wrong.
Did I misspell Feral Flex?
Did you?
Robotnik.
How'd you misspell Robotnik? You
Unknown Twitch channel.
Here you go.
Yeah, you got mine.
fake song.
But it didn't do the link. That's weird.
Maybe it's sensitive.
Okay. Apologies, guys. First episode, technical difficulties.
Hey, man, we're new at this.
Don't worry about it. It's first episode. We're gonna.
It's perfectly fine.
Okay, there we go. Who's going next? So I can already prep the shout
It
out.
will be I.
Wait,
Can I add something else real quick?
Oh, sure.
No, it actually has to be me since I'm in order.
I was gonna add something in real quick. Like,
Hold on.
you'll hear them refer to me as Connor. That's my name. Just letting you know that's me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Julian.
Okay. I'm 010, and I'm kind of new to streaming, and I play a lot of different games. But one of my favorite, I want to say that my favorite genre to play is probably platforming and RPGs. And I also play a lot of gacha, so don't mind me. And no, I do not spend my entire income on gacha. Do not ask.
Gotcha.
That sounds a lot like someone who spends their entire income on gacha.
No, trust me. I know a guy who spent four.
But
I know
anyway,
a guy who spent 4 figures on gacha games. It is not as bad.
And there's his channel.
My channel is 010E, which because I can't use 010 for whatever reason. And you can find me on Twitter at 010_2. And please follow me or whatever. I don't really post that much, and I mostly retweet. But if I do have a stream coming up, I will let you know on my main Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a pretty chill guy, and I just, like I said. But anyway, I don't have much else to say at the moment, so pass the baton.
I went on ahead and shouted you out.
All right.
Oh boy.
Greetings, interweb folks. It is I, the
Chill.
malcontent of malice,
Chill,
the
bro.
lord of the lawless, the artifact of anti-altruism. Tis I,
Can you not be
the
Johnny?
great soda in my cereal. I'm basically the greatest at everything there is, and I don't really have a Twitch. I don't really have a Twitch stream thing going on right now, but it'll be coming up in like a couple months, and then you will see my true potential. But
Tom, if you want a sneak peek, check out. He's a co-commentator with me.
yes, I am indeed. And my interests include fighting games, classic platformers,
we're not there yet. You're going too
trash.
far ahead.
Weeb
Going
trash,
No.
Weeb trash, and Noel Vermillion. You may go.
We're not entirely there yet.
Yeah, that's the next topic, dude.
We're not to the origin stories. We can say what we're interested in.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
didn't say what I was interested in. It's fine.
Origins.
I was giving them a little something to snack on before the main course.
Sorry about that.
Story?
All right,
Go on.
Mr. Voice Actor, calm down.
Okay. So where are we at now? Well, we
Call me at the
we
great
skipped.
Columbus
Well,
Theory.
we skipped Cedric because he came in late.
Yeah.
Let's let the wreck 'em good, wreck us good.
Oh, this is the guy that's going to be judging a lot of our gameplay. You may remember him from some of our things.
Mr. Backseat Gamer
so
over
do
here.
I just start talking?
Just say who you are,
Yeah, give the audience a little bit of an overview of who you are and what your part is in the podcast.
Mr. Wreck 'em good.
I am Mr. Wreckham Good.
How do you wreck them?
Come on, man.
Can you,
Oh,
what kind of games you like to play?
Villain
wreck
backstory
them
to
good?
that.
Nah. Just I like action. I like action games a lot. I have nothing to really plug though.
That's fine.
He is a
I
professional
crave
backseat
violence.
gamer.
That is true.
We have your we have your Twitch handle there, so follow him there.
I'm
He's
not
also-
gonna do anything.
Play action games. He judges me.
Hey, might as well have something to plug.
Mm-hmm.
I play. Let me. I crave violence. That's all. And I judge people on games
sure
that
you
I know
do.
a lot of.
He's just
all
Great
right.
violence. That's why you backseat
Very
games. You want people to
judgmental.
throw hands with you.
All right, Mr. Gunn. What are you all about?
Hello, I'm Mr. Gunn. I usually go by Thomas. I am usually featured as a co-commentator on either
You've been helping me a
King
lot.
Jesse
You've been helping me a
or-
lot with my No More Hero stuff.
yeah, or with Roger, and I don't have any streaming. Like I have a Twitch account and I do have a Twitter, although I'm not very active on either of them.
It's
or haven't been recently.
primarily to use your
It's for the-
moderation
it's for the
roles,
plug
right?
Purpose.
Yeah, but I was just like I'm not active yet, but I do have some plans. I have nothing concrete yet, but I do plan on streaming on Twitch at some point. So I stay tuned for that.
Soon.
And my general interests include pretty much I'm sort of a flavor of the month kind of gamer. So like sometimes I play
God, I'm watching this
platformers,
Splatoon footage and the
other
B-roll, and I'm
times-
cringing of stuff I could have done better.
Well, other times,
You do.
sometimes I play visual novels. Other times I'm playing action games.
He
but
found
the
this little
majority of
hidden
the
gem
time-
you might have heard of called
He's a
Danganronpa.
grab bag of enjoyed genres.
This not so commonly known little gem called Danganronpa.
Yes, that's a
Yeah,
great.
you might have heard of it on as a passing mention.
I don't know
Yes.
if you've ever heard of it before.
But either
Oh,
way,
okay, there you go, Dustin.
there-
That's how we can find you.
yeah, as I said, I sort of play a bunch of different genres, but sometimes I play visual novels. Other times I play action games, but 100% of the time, you're not going to find me on League of Legends. So,
Oh, come on! Oh,
unfortunately,
come
I
on!
know,
You don't want to be the
but
next Tyler One?
I could try right now if you want to hear me scream.
Oh, no. Let's save that. Let's save that for the group game night.
Car engine,
Wait,
Tyler
save
One.
that for game night.
Well, that's it.
Dude, I still love
Part of
that.
that,
Dude, I still love that stupid video where he like screams and he's just on the floor.
Glad. Either way, glad to
Videos of
make
him
your
help.
acquaintances to everyone.
Yeah, we've all
and
yeah.
that's
To
it
give
for me.
people some context, we've been friends for a good while. That's why we decided to give this a shot.
Totally.
Yeah.
All right.
Seems like a good idea.
Last but definitely not least, Miles.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, everybody. My name is Miles. I go by Miles K.
It's
I'm
your
the
boy.
resident musician of the group. I made the intro and outro music you're going to be hearing very shortly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not really very shortly, in like the next 2 hours or so.
Yeah,
My
but
general
it's been a
interest
great
is
help.
We already heard the intro music.
Yeah.
And I've also got it rigged to
Yeah, I haven't heard
lightly
that
play
yet.
in the background.
Yeah. Anyways, my general interests include I do a lot of stuff on Discord, so you can find me on there. I make music a lot. I've been taking a bit of a hiatus from it due to me needing to focus on my life, but that's about it.
Understandable.
And the last interest I want to mention, I have a diehard obsession with the Magical Girl anime, so you can find me catching that. You can tell from the picture if it wasn't clearly obvious yet.
Also, a
I'm the
resident
quiet
Sonic
one.
enthusiast. One of them.
I'm also a Sonic enthusiast, but that's neither here nor there.
Yes.
I mean, most
And
of
I'm the
them.
quiet one of the group. So you're not going to hear me talking a lot, but I'm definitely going to be here watching in the shadows.
Judging.
Silently.
Judging. Yeah.
Judging us.
Truth is, he's actually security AI that gains
Yeah,
sentience
notice
one
I
day.
actually didn't really mention my interests.
Detroit become human.
So it was okay to do that because I realized I forgot to mention my actual interests. I only just plugged my Twitch.
But,
Oh no, we got the
You
shout out
play
to
a lot
work,
of
dude.
fighting games.
Yeah, that's just kind of obvious with my Soul Bad Guy avatar. So yeah.
Oh,
I thought
okay,
you
but,
just never played Guilty Gear, actually.
Okay, guys, so that's about it.
Yeah, that's about it.
All right.
about it.
Now, I thought that this would be kind of an interesting topic for us to discuss. I know Sinistar's having to cover the B-roll a little bit because the line was too long. But I thought to give people a good overview of who we are and what we enjoy, we give some origin and maybe some backstory of some older games that probably shaped what we play now and things that we've been playing recently.
So who's going first?
Okay. First, really quick, I do want to point out that it's probably obvious what I play because it's doing the Mario Kart 8 right now.
Yeah.
I put a godly
plays
amount of
too
time
much of
into
that game.
this. Yeah, these guys won't play it with me, and it makes me sad.
I don't even have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather
I don't even
prefer to
have
keep my
Mario
life,
Kart 8
Roger, please, and
myself.
thank you.
Mario Kart 8.
But
Rather not die.
I've been a fan of arcade style games ever since I was a kid. First experience in an arcade was actually playing Sam Show 2 at a little country club nearby where I used to live. Oddly enough, for they had this interesting rental system where for 1 hour a day you could sign up on a checklist and rent the game system of your choice for that day. And one of them was an arcade machine that an AES. Can somebody DM me a picture of an AES for reference, please?
AES, sure. Totally. Give me a second.
You know, like the one Jeff has.
Yeah, I know. I can get you an AES real quick.
But oddly enough, for being just kind of an pretty much middle of nowhere kind of like obscure southern town, yeah, they somehow had an AES and managed to also change the games out a few times.
Like this one?
No,
Or-
the arcade cabinet.
Oh, that's the arcade cabinet's MVS. AES is the home console.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to always sign up to play it because I just loved SNK SNK style games. Played a lot of Aero Fighters 2, a lot of Samurai Showdown 2, and a lot of Metal Slug X.
Slug X is really good.
Oh, dude, I know, right?
One of the best old school run and gun games. Next to I'd say Contra 3. I'd say is the best Contra games. But yeah, back to you.
Mm-hmm. Whoops. I accidentally put a picture of George Wood.
This is podcast one, and
We've
That's
already
random.
peaked.
Okay.
Okay. Holy crap! All the viewership. Greatly appreciated, everyone. This is making the first episode go really smooth. I like this.
Hey.
I mean, don't worry. As we get more into this,
We got 10.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
10 so far. But this is an MVS. If people haven't seen one before. But yeah, I don't understand where they got the games from though, because they still have this thing just sitting there, not being used anymore. But I ever since I was a kid, and after learning how hard it was to actually find those around this general area that we're from, I'm still trying. I'm actually more shocked by the fact that they were able to change the games out, because it was a 2-game cabinet, it was a 2-game MVS, and they changed the games out like 4 times or so, but never changed Sam Show out. But yeah, I grew up loving arcade games because of that. But I primarily play, like you're seeing on screen there, the Immortal Redneck gameplay. I play a lot of the more kind of arcade style, more obscure games of the group, because a lot of the times I'll tell them like, "Hey, have y'all heard of this?" And they're like, "No." Like I don't know where.
He plays a lot of games that I've never heard of.
He gives us pretty good recommendations too.
Sometimes I hear of it.
Yeah.
But
Very well
Yeah,
versed in the
sometimes
game
I
world.
hear of it, but other times I don't.
Most of the time, I'm aware of what he plays simply because I'm that obscure.
Sometimes I surprise him with some stuff that even he doesn't know.
Because
like Nefarious.
because I don't know why, but I more tend to just go towards indie games, you know, like smaller devs, especially when they do some fantastic things like, you know, some of the stuff Devolver Digital's put out.
The Messenger.
Yeah, or Katana Zero. Or Hotline Miami, that people have been seeing me die on several times, trying to beat too. And it's driving me crazy.
Mods have also been dying.
And it's driving me insane because the sun is really hard to control. But yeah, let's move on to Jesse. What are some things that kind of changed, and maybe a story or two of things that probably adjusted your taste?
Alrighty, so
Wait, Roger.
Hold on, what's up?
You people.
Did you talk about what games you recently played?
Recently. Sorry, Jesse, didn't mean to cut you off,
okay, yeah, you can go. Totally go.
But recently, I got back into trying to 100% Kirby Fighters 2. Really fun game. I don't see a lot of people talking about it after it initially released, but this is actually a pretty solid party fighter that actually has legit combos. Like Yo-Yo is crazy.
Apparently, the game actually has a meta. It has like a
Yeah, there are people that play it competitively, which is pretty cool.
Well, I need to look into that then. That sounds fun.
Well, any game has a meta if you're willing to look.
Well, I mean,
deep into
competitive
it.
seems what I meant.
Any game can be competitive if you're brave enough.
Look how well that game turned out.
Mm-hmm.
Every game has a meta.
I watched a tournament of it
Oh,
like 2 weeks ago.
I played
so
that.
it exists.
I played that. Remember, I was telling you guys about playing that new game by the creator of Katamari, Watam or something, Wattam, because it went on sale during Golden Week, and I was like, yeah, you know what, Golden Week of last year. But I just now got around to playing it. Like they'll tell you, I have an insane backlog.
Yeah.
But yeah, wanting to do
I do too, but because I'm a procrastinator, that's the only reason why.
That's kind of how it is for me. Like I have a copy of Okami that I bought like last year on a pro day, and I just never touched it.
I basically have like a whole like armada full of games that I haven't played yet in case like the apocalypse comes. That way it's like, hey, I still haven't beaten this yet.
Mm-hmm.
So you came prepared.
Hey, I haven't played San Andreas yet.
Exactly.
Do that.
I would highly recommend you do that soon.
I totally want to
Yeah,
play San
please do
Andreas.
that.
But playing a lot of
Tuesday.
playing a lot of and I tried to play through Kamen Rider Memory of Heroes on stream, but I'm having to deal with some copyright claims that Namco did not warn people about.
Unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. I'm enjoying it too, and I'm gonna continue it later. Just I got to figure out what exactly I'm supposed to do because Namco didn't put any sort of guidelines out publicly about it. So I'm just like, I'm like, okay, you're copywriting my stuff, but y'all didn't post what you're supposed to do to avoid that, like most places. Because say what you will about Atlas, but at least they tell people somewhat what you're supposed to do.
At least they warn you.
Yeah.
Hey, if you stream this, we might nuke you.
The
Yeah.
little snake things on the B-roll are adorable. Why'd you shoot them?
Those are the those are one of the main annoying enemies. They don't have a whole lot of health.
They deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell.
So true.
Anyway,
This is the final battle.
Any closing thoughts?
That's way later, dude. Calm down.
No, I'm talking about like your gaming.
Well,
closing thoughts.
well, you heard it, everybody. Jesse's done.
Final,
Final,
turn to speak yet.
I'm really bad about articulating. I mean, like, I'm just being, like,
don't worry.
He asked for no pickles, sir.
Like I'm probably a little bit more natural to this because I've been prepping so much. But don't worry, guys. We'll over the course of a few episodes, we'll have all this stuff figured out, and it'll be very natural.
like really
Just
bad
trust
about
us, please.
stuff, like I just use terms by like complete accident. That's just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
I'm guessing I'm up next.
No, he hasn't even gone yet.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
who hasn't gone
I
yet?
think-
Jesse. It's Jesse.
Oh, what? Shite.
Yeah, we're
Jesse
gonna
didn't
try to
say
keep
it.
we're gonna try to keep these introductions in order of like how they appear on the Twitch window, just to keep things concise so people know who's talking.
So,
So it's Jesse, then Cedric.
Mm-hmm.
shall I take the honors?
Yeah, go for it, man.
All right.
Ah! He's going over that
Alrighty,
cliff.
So this one, I'm gonna do about two stories from like two distinct points of life. I feel like they're very important for my formative taste in gaming, essentially. So when I was little, I'd say around like 4 or 5, we had my dad had a PS1, and on that I was introduced to 5 important games that really influenced my childhood taste. Those games were Crash Bandicoot, which is the first game I ever played. There was also Skull Monkeys, which we happened to rank, which is one of the most criminally underrated platformers. There was Tekken 2, which was the first fighting game I played, and the game that really is important, which I'll definitely get into when I talk about my high school tastes.
I would argue, like, Sam Show, like I mentioned earlier, is probably my first experience with fighting games because of how young I was going to that country club.
Like, Tekken 2 was like my first fighting game, and then let's see, number 4, Crash, Skull Monkeys, Tekken. The 4th game being Twisted Metal 2 World Tour, which is one of my favorite games of all time.
Good choice.
And that be the wonderful world of car combat and showed me, hey, games
The
have
wonderful
alternate
world of watching people scream in agony while they die in a burning vehicle, yes.
Hey, blowing up the Eiffel Tower was fun.
They deserved it.
Take that out.
And
Damn.
what was the 5th game?
They did it before before Pearl could do it in Splatoon 3.
Let's see. Let me
Crazy.
look at my shelf real quick because I have a lot of important games on there that are still
Yeah,
there.
fuck the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, what did the French do to the creators of Splatoon and
What
Twisted
didn't-
Metal?
It's like, what didn't the French do?
I still love that whole thing that was just like, what interaction did we have with Japanese people that make them think Americans look like this? And it's a picture of Guile.
Because Guile is a.
But you don't look
badass.
like Guile?
I mean, you
I
don't.
look like
Yeah.
Paul Phoenix totally IRL, okay?
Yeah, it was like all the Tower Hair characters. Yeah,
I look like Mega Chad IRL. Just trust me, guys.
Giga Chad.
That's a killer gold.
Yeah, the
by
Giga
way.
Chad.
You are the
Anyway,
Giga Chad.
And the
Jesse, you can continue.
5th game that was like also really important was Tony Hawk's Pro Skaters, I mentioned, which is a really good classic. Obviously, I'm super happy that we got the remakes.
Rip
Though
the
I know-
developers though. Remember
Yeah,
recent
let's say,
news?
I feel like what Activision did to the developers, that's like the worst thing ever.
Yeah,
basically,
yeah,
it's
they
more like-
do that amazing remake of Tony Hawk 1 and 2, and in tandem do the Crash and Spyro and Crash 4, and then they're just like, oh no, they're no longer working on that stuff anymore.
Yeah, it's the worst ever. And because
Yeah, it's
Yeah, and
sad.
their public statement was read so weirdly, like, yeah, we know it's terrible, but yeah, we don't really care. This has already happened. We're not changing.
So, what were you saying, Jesse?
But as I was saying, yeah, basically, like, you got pretty much a good wide variety of genres. You have a platformer, you have a 2D platformer, you have a fighting game, you have a extreme sports game, and you have a vehicle-based game, which I would say, like, all those tend to go around there, but I would say as of high school, like, because I'd say high school is where, like, I'd say my tastes truly solidified, because that's where I started to branch out. And in high school, I happened to download this one app on my phone at the time called the Capcom Arcade app.
Oh, I
'Cause
remember
knew
that.
Because I noticed it had Final Fight on there. I'm like, oh crap, it's Final Fight. It's one of my favorite beat-em-ups of all time. So I went and downloaded it, and I used it to take a look at other games. And I happened to take a look at one little game that ended up changing my entire, I'd say, gaming taste entirely.
That
game
sounded
happened to
like
be-
that really quick, and I point out how that literally sounded like you're about to do the Hugh Neutron thing, where he's just like, "I sat on a pickle, and it changed my life."
Banana.
Banana.
Oh, yeah.
Get your Hugh Neutron lore right if you're gonna do
Banana.
Yeah, but I
like-
just
it's
love
like
how
Chris
they
Evans,
brushed that under the
banana.
rug.
Like Chris Evans, a
Just
banana
starts-
would have spot, okay?
What? Oh, okay. Anyway, sorry.
But anyway, like as I was saying, like the one game I happened to look at was Street Fighter 2 on the iPhone, which at that point I had not played a Street Fighter game before.
That is a
And
sin.
while I had dabbled in fighting games before, like with Tekken, Mortal Kombat, I never really treated fighters that seriously until I played Street Fighter 2. And I liked what I played enough on it on the iPhone that I downloaded Super Street Fighter 2 on the Wii Virtual Console because I used my Wii a lot at the time. Even though I did own a PS3, so I could have just honestly, I clearly should have just bought HD Remix instead at the time, but whatever. I was 14, I was not exactly the brightest bulb then. And that led me to take a look at other fighting games down the line, like Killer Instinct and Guilty Gear, and other games too, like Soul Calibur, which I did rent Soul Calibur 2 back in the day, granted, but I went and rediscovered it. One of the best fighting games ever made. And it also led me to, it just simply led me to branch out to a lot of other games, like SNK and stuff.
Yeah.
And it also ended up leading me to like play Marvel vs. Capcom, which led me to like, you know, play other Capcom games like Devil May Cry, which is one of the best series ever made. And yada yada yada. I think we kind of get the point. A lot of my tastes were also influenced by G4 at the time, because me and my dad used to watch G4 religiously all the time.
Ooh, do we want to bring up recent things, or do you think he's been just kind of dogged to death at this point?
Just talk about G4 in general. Like, I'm not talking about Judgment Day specifically.
Yeah, but remember,
Like,
they're in the news a lot, because remember, G4's coming back, and then there's Tommy being an idiot.
Well, Tommy's not coming back. They're not doing Judgment Day.
But G4's coming back, but then you've got
Yeah,
Tommy
but
in the news.
But I'm not talking about Tommy Tallarico. I'm talking about
Let's not date this any further, guys.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're not really dating it. I'm just simply saying, I'm just talking about like G4 in general. But yeah, Judgment Day kind of influenced Rented though, because sometimes Judgment Day would cover cool stuff like Hit and Run. We watched the Soul Calibur 2 one, which got me and my dad to rent that. Though it helped, my dad actually had rented Soul Calibur 1 on the Dreamcast at the time when my brother was living with us, and because he had a Dreamcast. And the Dreamcast,
Such an underrated system for its time.
Totally. Like, we had some pretty cool games with the Dreamcast too. We had both Sonic Adventures. We had Jet Set Radio, which is one of the best games ever made for the system.
If I'm not mistaken, one of the first and arguably best ports of Garo in the West for the time being.
From what I heard, the Dreamcast port's actually like really terrible, but like on par with the PS1 Super Turbo port. I'll link you the SRK forum later.
Okay.
But for its time, it was an alright port. But anyway, as I was saying, we had a bunch of good games on that system. We had I don't think we had DOA 2. I think that was something we rented on the PS2. But I know we had Soul Calibur for sure, because my brother played that one a lot.
Okay.
Like, Soul Calibur is really good. But yeah, like Judgment Day, we kind of rented some stuff. We even rented Guilty Gear, though. My dad hated it at the time, but that's just because my dad just doesn't like 2D fighters.
Is your dad Tommy? No, I'm joking.
And he was expecting it to play like Street Fighter, so yeah, you kind of get what you pay for, I suppose. Then at that point, my dad hadn't played like 2D fighting games, I'd say, in like 10 years, so kind of understandable why he didn't like it. And since I was like 6 at the time, like, you expect me to learn Guilty Gear at that age?
Yes, do it perfect.
Do it.
I'm not gonna learn Dust Loops at age 6, so screw that.
Beat Daigo.
But anyway, see, what other games?
Not in Guilty Gear, just IRL.
We rented Hit and Run from which Hit and Run's like one of the best Simpsons games ever made. I'd actually really argue that it's better than the arcade game, honestly. But that's because the arcade game's also really good, but Hit and Run is just better. But that's just because Hit and Run has like a lot of good stuff for the Simpsons fans.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and not only that, G4 had some pretty good, like XPlay also had some pretty good games that were on display too. And like some of the skits are a little cringy, but according to Adam and what's her name, Morgan, apparently that was because executives wanted them to try too hard to be funny. So honestly, it's really hard to say how much of a role Adam and Morgan were really responsible for the unfunny elements. And just considering like how gaming culture was at the time, that's just kind of one of those elements of, you gotta remember there were people that were kind of just like that.
You probably want to get back to what you were talking about, which your passer.
Yeah,
we can talk about
G4
G4
later.
later.
G4 all the time to help like determine games, like what we wanted to purchase and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But yeah,
so is that it?
basically, like, I'd say, like, by high school, that's when I would say, like, I was really solidified with my taste, because high school, also, that's when I bought a thing in 2010, 2011 called the Guinness Book of World Records for Gamers.
Oh, I had that too.
Oh, Jesus
I had-
Christ.
Yeah, I
The-
had the same
the-
thing.
Yeah,
Remember-
I had
I
that
had
too.
it
I got
too.
that in high school though.
Those
I got
things
that
had
in
a
high
lot of
school.
inaccuracies,
I
though.
got it in elementary school because I'm younger than most of you.
That's
'Cause
right, we're
the-
gonna cheat.
Mario Galaxy on the cover. Like, I'll DM it to you guys later, but it's like, this one actually, I would say, is like the game that, like, this book, like, is what really opened my eyes to what games I was actively missing out on.
Mm-hmm.
Because prior to that, I would say I was a little bit more limited on what I knew. Whereas this book, like, opened my eyes to what I was missing. Like, so it allowed me to take a look at series down the line, like God of War, which I finally got around to playing this year, which, really good game. I love God of War 1, one of the best PS2 games ever made. It also showed me other genres like hack and slash, so I got around to eventually playing Devil May Cry. It introduced me to Castle Crashers that year, which Castle Crashers... Really
Castle Crashers mentioned. Woo.
Yeah, I totally have to mention Castle Crashers. 'cause
Yeah,
that book,
honestly, that's fair.
like, that book mentioned Castle
Good game.
Crashers. At the time, I like beat 'em ups because I played Streets of Rage 2 a
Yeah,
lot of the
because for a
time, so,
long
like,
time
Castle
it held the record as Xbox Live's best-selling multiplayer game.
Rightfully so. It's a good game.
Good
looking up
game.
the thing later, but I don't think that was the official record in that specific book because there's
For,
another
for the
one.
arcade, not the
No, this was
not-
like one
not
something
the-
that's outside. Give me a quick second. I'll be right
because
back.
at the time Halo 3 was the best-selling game for the 360.
Well, oh wait, no, I think it was like indie game or something, like indie.
Oh yeah, indie game probably.
So is that all there is, like, for your pass then?
He went to
he's
do
gone.
something.
He went to go get. He went to consult the elder gods.
I'll dig.
I'm right
Again.
here.
God.
No, darn.
Well, basically, it was like.
Are you done with your pass though?
No, I'm almost done. Give me a second.
Okay.
But before you know
Jesus-
this,
Jesus
I'm gonna
Christ.
tell you this story.
So
But,
2
I'm
hours.
just saying, like, the book like, what got me to take a look at Castle Crashers is that this book always said top 10 games you need to play in this genre, which I use that for recommendations for most games. Now, honestly, looking back, some of those recommendations are not very good because they were like, it was basically like saying stuff like stealth games recommended MGS4, where most people would say 3 is the better game,
Okay.
4 is so good.
or be like survival horror. Number 1, Resident Evil 5.
Oh,
5 is
God,
alright.
no. No,
But yeah,
no.
I'm pretty much finished.
What the
Basically,
boulder?
Don't do like. Oh, guys.
That
Hey, can I tell y'all something hilarious? I watched DC Douglas and Proton John doing their co-op playthrough. He did DC Douglas so dirty, because who here has played 5?
I played it a bit.
5 what?
Resident Evil 5.
Oh, I
I have, unfortunately.
Maybe we should save this for later.
No,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
really it's just really
probably
funny.
a later topic.
Well, it's
Yeah,
just
probably
really
later
it's just
topic.
really funny though. Notoriously,
we're getting a bit off course.
Yeah, we
well, I
really
mean,
are.
Let it.
it's just bringing up 5 reminded me of this, because there's an infamous thing where you don't go in the water for too long or you'll get attacked and lose a lot of your health. Proton John was just like, oh yeah, go out in the swamp.
Anyways, I was saying.
Don't do that.
Yeah, like what kind of co-op
You've
friend are
already
you?
lost control.
Anyway, as I was saying, like, alongside that book, what really, like, opened my eyes was ScrewTack.com, because that's when I started actively looking at the ScrewTack top 10 lists. So that it just pretty much opened my eyes a lot. And at that time, I started getting regular money, so I started getting into fighting games a lot more often alongside other genres. Anyway, who's up next?
I think Cedric.
Cedric.
The
Cedric.
one who wrecks them a certain amount.
Good.
Yes. So how do you want me to go? Do you want me to just give you my life story?
No, like games like games that influenced your current taste in games.
Yeah, like you're just like what genres of games
Do
you
I,
like most?
do I do what Jesse did and just tell him like?
You don't have to.
If-
tell me,
if-
like,
if you want-
you
to,
can
Chief.
just kind of list games if you really want to. You can talk.
Yeah,
maybe
just
give
list the
word
games
on
that
it.
affect you the
Whatever I
most.
feel like, honestly.
Hmm.
Why did you get the one moment where I'm just simply struggling with the shield enemies where you can't style them in there?
Mhm.
Okay, so
Oh yeah, Cedric's talking during the DMC B-roll. Uh-oh.
Perfect.
damn. I'm trying to think of a way to because it does kind of. My life did affect my taste in games somewhat in the way it went.
If you can do it in a PG fashion, go for it. Like it only if you're comfortable. But
Okay.
maybe just mention some of the games that influenced what you play. No need to get too personal if you don't want to.
Okay, I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but to start out with, I think the first game I remember even seeing was Crash 1 for PS1, because my sisters played a fucking ton.
That's how my brother was. Like, he wouldn't let me play his PS2 or PS1 because I was so little at the time. But
like,
I loved watching him play 1 and 3. He never
once-
had 2 for the longest time.
So my very early childhood life was kind of influenced entirely by Crash, and there was that one part where I was like we had an old PC and we had a bunch of like PC games with it, and it was just a pile of discs on the desk, and I was sorting through them. I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is nice. Like, obviously not as a kid, but I was just like, this looks cool. And it was.
No,
don't worry. Cedric was dropping F-bombs as a child.
And,
Yes.
And that game.
He also had a
was-
mustache at 13 months.
And that game was Sonic 3 and Knuckles for the PC. And I played that.
Oh, dude, the Windows PC version back in the day is a really good version of Sonic and Knuckles.
So I played probably the best version then. But that was how I was introduced to Sonic, which is a major factor in my life. Constantly. But then we had a PS2. We got one. And
Okay.
I don't remember when it happened, but my mom got my sister Sonic Heroes, which I and her played a lot of. And she also got her a random game she got because she thought it sounded girly, I guess, was the idea.
Uh-oh, what game was it? Big
Kingdom
reveal.
Hearts 2.
Oh!
What?
And
Wait, what?
I sat next to
That-
my sister
Wait,
watching her play
what?
Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh.
And we didn't play 1, our Chain of Memories. We had no idea what was happening, but we knew that Donald and Goofy were there, so we sat down and played it.
I mean, it's kind of.
And that's where my interest in Kingdom Hearts began.
Then
I
I wonder
didn't
if
know
I
this,
wonder
actually.
I wonder if when you finally played one, you were just as confused as me, going through that first town trying to find Donald and Goofy, and you kept like walking out of one door, and it's just like, oh, they came out of the one you were just at.
Nah, man, I didn't play Kingdom Hearts 1 until way later. I only knew of the
At the
story
time.
like by word of mouth.
Okay.
That is unfortunate.
Oh, but don't worry, I played 2 first as well.
But like that's what started my interest in Kingdom Hearts, and I watched my sister play that to beginning to end. But like I didn't play it until later.
What did y'all think back then? Okay, let me ask you a question. Like I think this is fun to ask, like small questions about this kind of stuff. What did y'all think initially, or do you remember what y'all originally thought of all the grinding you had to do in the first town?
We didn't grind.
Remember all the stuff you have to do in that introduction before you even control Sora?
That's
Yeah,
not
we-
grinding.
we
That's
just-
just a
we just thought that was
extended
part of it.
tutorial. What do you mean?
The thing is we didn't know about Sora, so we were just
Oh.
like, oh, this is just the game.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't. They're not like going, man. When do I get to play? Sora?
Also,
Play."
2 things. Me and my sister both did a Keyblade only run with no grinding. Why? Because we didn't know we could switch Keyblades. So we only did Kingdom Key, and we didn't grind because we weren't RPG savvy.
Nice.
And we beat the
That's
game.
amazing. How?
But like, after a while, we got a second PS2, which was given, and the old one was given to me, and the new one was given to them. I got a lot of games for it, but the main ones that I played on rotation were Sonic Riders, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Kingdom Hearts 2, and Sonic
Battlefront 2
Heroes.
is based.
Those games
Oh,
I
the
played
PS2
on
version of
endless
Sonic
rotation.
Heroes. Ugh.
Yeah.
It's still playable.
There's only
Yeah,
so
but-
much you can
yeah, but,
do.
ugh.
I had a PS2
And when
version.
you're a child, you just think, oh, Sonic.
Yeah.
You just carry. It's like, hey,
Yeah,
Sonic,
yeah, but
Oh,
I'm just
now
bringing
I'm
that up in
still, it's like,
retrospect.
oh,
You know,
what's
it's
the
just
game
like,
with the actual version?
Okay,
like
so-
when you see the other versions, you know, I'm just bringing it up in retrospect because it's like now it's notorious for
Oh,
being
I agree.
the.
Oh, and I didn't bring this up, but I really love the Lego Star Wars games.
Oh,
those
Those
are
were also on
great.
rotation. But like, to continue, I think it was Christmas 2000 whatever. It was like 2006, 2007, I think. I asked my parents for a 360.
Hmm.
And I asked No, Sonic Unleashed came out, so it had to be like 2009. No,
Yeah,
no, what?
2009. What came out
2006 or
was
something.
Sonic
2007.
2006.
Well, at some point. But like, I remember I asked for Sonic Unleashed Lego Star Wars Complete Collection for the 360.
Dude, I wish that they would
gotta-
port the complete saga to more platforms. Because
So
I bet
what-
people would still buy it.
Okay, so in the end, I got a Wii. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, your story sounds like the opposite of mine. I started with a Wii and then got a 360 later.
I did too.
But like, okay, so I have a Wii, and interesting thing happened. The Wii had the Nintendo channel, and I went on there and downloaded it because it was free, and I was like, oh, free stuff.
Oh yeah, that free news channel that would give you like interactive demos and stuff. Yeah.
And then I looked through the games, looked through trailers, and I was like, hey, what is this game Sonic's in? Smash? What's Smash?
You
What is
didn't
this
know
Smash
about
Brothers?
Smash until then?
No, but
To be fair, I
all
didn't either
knew-
until I played Melee.
All I knew was that Sonic was in it, and that was all that was important. So one day, came home, Smash Brothers, and I was like, sick.
Sick.
And I played the game, and I was like, I'm gonna play a Sonic, and then you
Why
see
don't
that
you have to,
character
do
select,
classic mode 10
and I was
characters?
like, who is Mario? Who is Samus? Who is this man?
I was the exact opposite. I was the exact
Who's
opposite because I was like,
Samus?
hey, I got Smash Bros. Because Mario's in it. But like, who is Link? Who are all
Yeah,
these
I
people?
was like,
Who
was
are
Mario.
these jobbers?
Who is Samus?
Because
Who is
my
who is
dad,
Fox?
because my dad, but it was like,
Who
I'm
are
like,
these
who the hell is
jobbers?
that Falcon?
And then at that point, my knowledge exploded because I was like, who are all these characters? They're so cool looking.
Like that was the game where I'm like, who's this snake guy?
I remember because I
Who's
didn't
that
know about
snake
Metroid.
guy?
I remember.
Okay, wait, you're talking about Smash Brothers, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I remember because I didn't know
Yeah,
about
that
Metroid.
game was the same way too. I felt the same way too
Yeah, I
when I
was the
played
same
Brawl.
way.
Same
But
way.
a lot-
Same way.
I had Melee though, so it was a bit different for me.
As I was playing
The absolute
Subspace,
same way. Really, it was the same feeling.
Go
as I
on.
was playing through Subspace Emissary, I called Samus a guy because I was like, "It's a guy."
Oh, you too, huh?
Metroid.
You
And then
too?
Zero Suit Samus came out. I was like, "Oh."
Because I had Metroid for the Game Boy.
Oh crap! Is this
Awakening.
was
The
this the?
Awakening.
Yeah, I was about to say, was this the Awakening?
But
First time.
The first
Something has awoken.
but like
something has awoken deep within me, and now it's
The thing-
rising.
My God.
Jesus Christ!
I fear a rising force.
But like, I had a Wii and the PS2 for the longest time. I didn't get a PS3 until way long into its lifespan, and by that point, I think the PS4 was announced or something. But like, once I got the PS3, a whole new wave opened up because I was like, "Oh, what are these games?" Because the thing I used to do was that I went on the PlayStation Store and just looked through the demos and downloaded a bunch of them. And played
Oh,
a bunch
dude,
of
the
games.
PS3 was great for that. A lot of the games had free demos, no matter how short.
And
I never had a PS3.
And that's how I introduced to another favorite series of mine, Infamous.
Oh
I obsessed
yeah.
over that game.
Me and you actually remember. Me and you actually bonded over that series. I still, me and you still argue over Zeke, but
like, the funny thing is that I didn't. In case any of you watching this know, I am a very big Devil May Cry fan, but I didn't get into Devil May Cry until high school, until my 16th birthday.
right when you were of legal age to play. So, like, that kind of sounds like where people.
That's 17.
Yeah,
That's
but
17.
but hear me out. It's just like whenever you hit 21, you get excited about drinking, and he gets almost to the requirement to play an M-rated game. He's just like, oh yeah, Devil May Cry.
But
For
like,
me,
the
like
thing
I
is-
didn't play Devil May Cry till I was like 21.
For me, that was Halo 4.
But the thing is that like, I had no interest in Devil May Cry whatsoever beforehand. I was just like, that's a game. That's definitely a game. But it wasn't until I watched like a video or two of it, I was like, what's this about? And so for my 16th birthday, I asked for Zony Enders HD, which was a good source, which was a good decision.
Mm-hmm.
And
Very
then
good.
I asked And then I asked for the Devil May Cry HD collection and Devil May Cry 4.
Oh, you
Because I was
you
like-
wanted to just dive right on in.
So I spent a good portion of my high school life going through the Devil May Cries in order, even 2.
The best one.
You poor soul.
And I have forgotten a little detail about Persona. I was introduced to Persona super early, like in 9th. No,
Oh
not-
wow.
like in 9th grade
Hmm.
or something, like 9th, 8th grade. And it
I'm
was just-
assuming, like a lot of people, probably 4,
no, 3,
3. Okay.
because I saw it on the store, on the PlayStation store. And I was like,
Oh.
what is this? But I didn't actually play it until like a little bit later. But at that point, I played 4
Hmm.
because I was
Weeb.
like, this is Persona. That was Persona 3.
This is
4 must be the
Persona.
same thing, right?
Like one of the
Well,
Spotify
anyway.
playlists. This is Persona.
But anyway, I obsessed over Persona 4 for like 9th, 10th grade a bit. And it wasn't until like 11th that I actually got to play Persona 3 for the first time. And I played it a
Thomas,
lot.
you have anything to interject about Persona 3 since seeing as you just beat it?
Fuck targets.
Well, if just means a year ago, screw Tartarus.
yeah.
I hate that place.
Well, I mean, play Hades and you'll hate it all over again.
But
I will.
here's-
On
playing
the topic of Persona, I would like to interject and say, like, my introduction to it came from, of all things, the fighting game, because me and a buddy of mine went to a anime convention, like 3 hours away from where I live.
I've seen a lot of people mention that, like Persona 4 Arena and AU introduced them to the franchise.
It was like,
Well, for
like,
me, it was 3 actually.
like, they had a, like, it was like most anime conventions, they had a section for fighting games. So they had Tekken Tag 2, they had Mortal Kombat 9, they had Persona 4 Ultimate, which me and him watched and we were like, whoa, this looks cool.
We do have a new shout out to do. Jerpal Flurple is in our chat, a good buddy of ours. Not sure if he's going to be able to pop in to the podcast, but he is a very good friend of mine and possibly our editor down the line.
Oh yeah, go and shout him out. But anyway, go back
Mhm.
back to you, Cedric.
Okay, so
Well,
this is
actually,
probably
I
going
had
to be
a
the
kind of a thing about Persona as well.
There we go. Give him a follow. He's definitely the biggest streamer out of all of us.
go ahead.
Like my thing with Persona was that I played it when I was like around the first time I got my first job, Persona 4 on the Vita, and it was all right. The end.
That's actually how
But-
me and you met too. Remember, we were talking about P4AU in like a mutual Facebook group.
Yeah.
I still have yet to play a Persona game, yet I'm very well versed in like why I should play it.
Okay.
Yeah, well, remember that's the kind of franchise where the second you mention nowadays that you've never heard of it, you will get a 2-hour like college lecture on
Yeah,
why
exactly.
on why
And
your
the
video
fact that
game
I
taste
know
is
a guy-
garbage.
I'm also good friends with a guy who not you guys don't know him, but he runs an Atlas community Twitter account.
Oh god.
So like he's really big fan of
The
that series.
reaction just oh god.
Anyway,
Yeah, it's actually a pretty big account, and if you follow Atlas Community, you should, or if you don't, you give him a follow.
Okay.
anyway,
So
let's
here's
get
gonna
to the
be-
story.
This is going to be closer to present, but like during my late high school life, because I was so into Devil May Cry, I started venturing to other Capcom things. Like I was already into Mega Man by this point because the comparisons against Sonic, both blue bombers, I guess.
Blue, yes.
Yes. So I was
Haha,
already
yes,
well
blue
versed with
people.
Mega Man and Mega Man
Blue
X.
Blue Man Group.
I actually
is
asked
the
for
Blue
Mega
Man
Man
group.
X once, like middle school, and I played like 4, 3, and 1 bunch. But
Never
One-
two?
like no, never 2.
So
But,
you never
like-
played the one that people considered the definitive for a while, huh?
No, I played it, but I never beat it.
Oh, okay.
I always thought it was X4 that was the definitive.
No,
Four
no,
is
no,
good,
no,
but
of
not
the classic. I'm talking classic.
Oh, like
Like-
for SNES era, yeah.
But because I was into Devil May Cry, I ventured out to other Capcom stuff, which led me to Street Fighter. And I wasn't super into Street Fighter. I played Alpha on my PSP.
Neither
was
was
about-
I. Like, that's what I
that
was
was-
going to get out with both of y'all mentioning this, was because I played Sam Show and loved how it flowed, I never really got into Street Fighter. Like y'all have seen, I'm not very good at most SNK games, but it's just the way that Sam Show felt. It made all other like fighting games feel weird for me when I was that young.
But like,
Fair.
so that I was just kind of casually playing Street Fighter, and eventually I came across this game. It wasn't through like any storefront, any word of mouth. I just found the arcade cabinet in a bowling alley, and I was like, "What is this?" Oh, it's Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Oh, Saber's in it.
Dude, my bowling alley had one too. My local bowling. Freaking Connor knows what I'm talking about here. The local bowling alley, Connor.
Oh yeah.
They
yeah.
had
They had one. I didn't know that.
They had an MVC2 cabinet, but guess what? I finally talked to the owner about it, and guess what he told me?
What did he tell him?
Like,
What did he tell
like they
you?
just kind of kept it there to have near the billiard tables, but the cabinet was long since like busted.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I didn't even know they had one.
Yeah, it was
But,
always
like-
just sitting in the back because he actually reached out to
Huh.
my dad
And
to
I'd
try to
been
sell
there
it
a few
to.
times. Like I was surprised I never noticed it.
So
But
that
here's what happened. He actually tried to reach out to my dad for me to buy it, but after he tried to hunt it down for me, he was like, "Oh crap, they already threw it away." And I'm like, "What?"
Mm,
so
Yeah.
Street Fighter was the first step in.
And I
gaming
had like a
fighting
Mac
games.
reaction. He's like, "Where are they? Tell me right now."
Anyway,
And
back to
that-
Cedric.
So Street Fighter was the first step in getting me into fighting games. Second step was Marvel versus Capcom, and then
Hmm.
the third step happened in a Chuck E. Cheese,
A Chuck
where
E.
I came
Cheese.
where I came across a game called KOF 11.
What?
They had a KOF in
What?
Chuck E. Cheese?
and KOF and Chuck
They
E.
had
Cheese.
a KOF 11 cabinet. They also had a SBC Chaos cabinet, I think.
I
one
severely
point.
doubt these claims unless you have
Wow.
proof.
This was a base fucking Chuck
Man,
E. Cheese.
this was a pretty base Charles Entertainment cheese.
But
It was
Well, I
pretty
mean, yes,
bad.
Charles is based. What are you talking about?
A powerful rat named Charles
And I-
Entertainment.
It
cheese.
turns out he Cedric was as a kid visited the IRL base department.
But like, at that
Crazy.
point, I was lucky to fight an actual person at that KOF cabinet, by the way, which helped a lot. But at that point, I was like, okay, fighting games for real now. Let's do it. And after that, I started like getting a bunch of fighting games or becoming interested in them. Like Street Fighter 5 came out. I was
Okay.
like, I knew the troubles with that, but I was still like, it's Street Fighter. It's fucking Street Fighter. I'll start with
Super
this.
probably became good anyway, so yeah.
And
no big-
then I played Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom a lot, a lot. But
Oh, yeah, I'm very well aware of the a lot.
like after that, I became really obsessed over fighting games for a brief period.
Oh,
just
oh
kinda
yeah,
burned
you're
myself
a
out.
beast in certain fighting games.
Because most of them are just fighting games. Because my family doesn't have a lot of money, so when I get a game, I play the fuck out of that game for the longest.
I know the feeling.
Nowadays, I'm a bit more, guess, leisurely about it.
Hmm.
But since I would always get like 1 or 2 games, I play them a lot.
Especially because nowadays games emphasize like replay value.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But oh man, I forgot a lot of details. Then
All people in the it's the Fallen because
because I
lot.
completely forgot to mention Dragon Ball.
Oh boy.
We'll have
The first se-
we'll have an anime night probably next week. So
Yeah, we can do that next.
yeah, so
next
keep
one.
that in your hat.
session.
Yeah.
No, but 90% of my Dragon Ball experience is gaming related.
So let's
That's
talk about the
unfortunate.
gaming aspect at least.
So, first time I ever played a Dragon Ball game was Budokai 1. My mom got it to me because she thought, oh, this is something. This is something to gift to my child.
This is
I didn't
definitely something.
understand. I didn't understand a goddamn
This
thing
exists.
about it. But later on in my life, I picked up Budokai 2 because it was really cheap, and
Mhm.
I convinced my mom to get it. After that, I noticed that my grandparent, who works in a library, had a whole row of Dragon Ball Z manga,
Ah,
and I asked to borrow it, and read the entire series from start to finish.
that's how I got into Busa Rankin.
Holy hell!
And then after that, I convinced them to get me Budokai 3. And then after that, I convinced to get the Budokai Tenkaichi series, which I swear to God, if you had a number for the amount of time I spent playing those games, it would be somewhere in the thousands.
Just check your Wii time.
Well, I couldn't because I had all the PS2 copies of them.
Oof.
He meant on the message board.
Yeah, but hold on a second. You had the PS2 version of Tenkaichi 3?
Yep.
Oof. Hope you got
It
a
was a
decent
good-
profit out of that too. That's the rarest version.
And I traded it in.
That's the rarest one. Just
Bruh.
oof. That's like $120
A lot
now.
of these trading games that we don't know how valuable they are going to be.
I know, but it's like
was-
because y'all know that I've gotten
The
big into
most
collecting
valuable
recently.
physical game I have is
Ooh.
Smash Melee.
And the second thing I forgot about was Assassin's Creed.
Mhm.
I
What?
obsessed over Assassin's Creed a lot because I was like, this is interesting. This is
Pre or post milking.
Free.
it
Probably
ended.
pre.
It ended like
And milk
when
these.
Unity came out. So I would say.
Oh, so
pre.
you got the good stuff then.
Mm-hmm.
like I couldn't get Unity because I didn't have.
Black
PS4,
Flag was
Couldn't afford it.
good.
So. So there was
More
no
like
option
red,
but-
more like red
Unity
flag, huh?
sucked anyway, so you didn't miss out on much.
Yeah, more like Assassin's Creed Red Flag, right? Because right after that is when people started to notice the decline in quality.
I fucking love Black Flag, dude.
No,
But-
I'm just no after that game.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh,
hold
like
on.
afterwards. Yeah.
But after that, not much to say. Got a PS4. Continued to play the games I liked.
Except
was
for
it.
Infamous Rip.
Infamous. Man, I platinumed all of Infamous, or at least I in my head platinumed it.
I tried to platinum Second Son, but I told y'all about what happened with that.
I also forgot Prototype. Prototype was cool.
Oh, dude, totally. Too bad that company
I-
got dissolved by EA.
Totally, bro.
And I only
It's
know
crazy.
about Prototype because of those comparisons people made to Infamous.
It got
No
got
one-
vored by EA.
If no one did that, I wouldn't have learned
Don't
about it.
word it like that.
That's what EA does.
Yummy Infamous.
Yeah, there you
But that's
go.
it. But that's it.
Not tasty free radical entertainment.
Pretty
We're
radical.
never
yummy,
gonna
yummy.
see Infamous.
A
We're
lot
never
of
seeing
my
Infamous ever again, and that's so unfortunate.
a lot of my video game tastes stem from just playing one video game, seeing it's connected to another video game, playing that, and then
So
seeing it's
kind
connected
of
to
like
another
looking
one,
at a flow
playing
chart.
that. Yeah, like every single taste I have leads.
So you're
back
the
to
flow
something.
chart Ken.
That's kind of how.
Flow chart
I think, like,
reckon.
me and Esther are
There is no point where I was just like suddenly spontaneous because I couldn't afford to be. 'cause
Yeah.
we weren't that rich. So everything connected. Everything I at least had some
Pepe.
interest in connected to something
My
else.
consoles are full of Pepe.
Like a lot of my tastes were connected to some way too.
So it's the way
Like,
he worded that, like just reminded me of just like my consoles are full of Pepe.
Like
I hate the rush, but we kind of already are. as well.
Yeah, we are
Oh,
going on
alright.
for a bit.
all right.
We're moving at
that's
snail
fine.
pace.
But we're
no
enjoying
offense.
the conversation. That's what matters.
Yeah, we're definitely enjoying it. I'm not trying to rant
yeah,
about Trey. I was just being like,
If-
yeah.
It's just a heads up. Yeah, I know.
If I never got
alright.
into Sonic, I would not be as into video games as I am now.
Understandable.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Moral of the story.
That was basically me, but with Banjo Kazooie.
If I was never into
Yeah.
Sonic, I would never play Smash, and Smash opened me up to so many things.
And I was one of those
Mhm.
people that wanted Banjo for Smash for so long.
I was too.
Dude,
That was me, but with K. Rool.
and say what you will about him now, I don't care about your meta taste, but Banjo being in Smash to me is amazing.
That is definitely a
I was
like
never a big
that's very
Banjo
symbolic
fan,
if
but
anything.
I'm glad that Banjo fans get. To
Oh,
have
and
at
not to
least
mention,
one
remember,
W
he's
now.
just straight up just like, yeah, it's not coming to Switch, but try it on Xbox.
Yeah.
The fact that that man had enough power to make Xbox trend in Japan,
Really? Oh my god.
Do.
love it.
But anyway, who's up next?
Anyway, let's get back to Toy
I guess
Story.
I'm up next.
Yes, Connor and then me.
Well, where do we begin?
Halo. Like, all you have to do is like the...
that's
all-
actually not where it begins.
like, Connor, I can
No,
imagine you
Halo
just
really
doing the... Like, remember the
Bruh.
incident with PS2, the 299?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the Sega Saturn. All you have to do is just show up. Halo.
That's PS1, I thought.
That's PS1.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that
I'm
was
sorry,
the PS1
Connor,
and
what were you
Sega
saying?
Saturn.
Okay, my mistake.
All right,
Sorry.
so what I was gonna say is, really, I just grew up watching people play video games a lot. Like, I had a few, like, one of my mom's friends that I went to stay with a lot. Like, he played a lot of Halo Combat Evolved, but this is before I really developed my taste. It's just a really weird, like, coincidence that he played a lot of Halo CE. But then he also played stuff like on PS2, like The Punisher. I remember him playing that game a lot. But after that, it's kind of a blur. Up until I saw my uncle with his DS, because the DS was the biggest thing in the world right then. I was like 4,
Oh
maybe.
yeah.
Yeah, and he was playing some like Mario game. I'm like, wait a minute, that looks kind of neat. I asked him what it's called. He said Mario. So I became hell bent on asking my parents for a DS and with Mario on my birthday. And for my 5th birthday, I got a fat Nintendo DS
Heck
with
yeah.
Super Mario 64 DS.
Yes.
Heck
So,
yeah,
yeah.
that extra thick DS.
And at first, like, I was very timid, so I was really kind of messed around in the game, like seeing what my inputs would do. I was scared of enemies. Like, I wouldn't actually go up to them
Dude, that
until later.
Entirely gaming dude too, dude. Totally.
Yeah. But I eventually started playing it for real, and I was like, wow, this is actually really, really fun. And so I eventually got really big into Mario. Got Mario, a new Super Mario Bros. For the DS.
Mario Bro.
Eventually got a Wii, got Mario Party, Mario Galaxy, and I think Mario Galaxy was what really solidified it for me.
Oh yeah.
And then I eventually started. You know what? I've seen these things called GameCubes everywhere, so I want to check these things out. So I got a GameCube controller in Mario Sunshine one day. I had a lot of fun with that, but I did not have a memory card.
Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
No,
just
but, like, I still played it though because I found it really fun.
that's just that meme that's that meme sound effect. Oh snap.
Yeah.
Snap.
Anyway,
dude,
so for about, I think it's my 8th or 9th birthday, I got a memory card alongside with a couple other games, actually 2. One was Mario Power Tennis. I never really played that one much when I was younger though, and the other one, Super Smash Brothers Melee.
Oh.
And so it's very similar to Cedric's story. It's like I really started branching out after that because I found out what Legend of Zelda was. I found out what Metroid, Kirby, all those things are. I was really always confused about the Fire Emblem characters because I'd never seen them before at this point. They were nowhere in their West.
Well, Fire Emblem was always literally who to be fair before.
They were and it was about a
Will be.
and if I remember right, it was about a
It's popular now. What do you mean?
It's very popular now.
I was just gonna say, like, it was also like a year off from their GBA game coming out here.
Yeah, it was 2001. So yeah. So, but the biggest thing I was introduced to was Pokemon in that game. I'd seen the show in passing, but I'd never really taken much of an interest. I remember when I unlocked Mewtwo was what really sold it for me because I thought, wow, this thing is really cool looking. So I was like, you know what? And then I actually, like, Burger King did a promotion about Pokemon cards, and I was like, wow, these are really neat.
I remember those cards.
Yeah,
oh, those
like
golden
2008 or
cards,
so.
or no.
They're all the holographic ones. Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking of those
Bunch of
golden ones
children
from
and stole their
'90s.
Cards, right?
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so what happened after that? I was like, you know what? I was really big into DSs. I want Pokemon Platinum for my birthday, and so I got that. That was it.
Oh wait, you were part of that
but-
group at the country club with us that would just all like meet in the break room and just constantly be playing the
that's
underground.
Right, I was. That was like a hidden memory. Yeah, I was.
Yeah,
I
because
forgot
remember,
about
me and you talked about that whenever we met back up after we went to that gaming event.
That's right. Yeah, I remember that now.
Dude, we used to play the crap out of Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum in the underground and doing like the trades and stuff.
I totally forgot about that. Yeah.
Like me and Connor go way back. We just met.
Oh,
we just
do.
re-met back up
we're
lately.
both local, so I mean, it just kind of makes sense.
Yeah, because the town we come from is tiny, so really well knit,
Really not big.
tight knit community.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, I got the Pokemon after got Platinum. I played the absolute ever-loving hell out of that game. But another thing that I kind of just failed to mention was my interest in breaking games, and by that I mean glitches, and what eventually led to me getting an action replay. And so I just kind of went on a kind of a spree of just getting right into DS games just to see what kind of cheats I could use on them.
Like the good old action replay days.
Yeah, but eventually, like, I was really looking forward to Pokemon Black and White. Actually, no, I must have been too far ahead. So people were thinking about like, it's like, oh wow, the Xbox 360 is kind of cool, but this was like 5 years after it came out. So I went over to a friend's house, and that fateful day, that very, very fateful day, he had an Xbox 360. And what game did we play that day? Halo 3.
Baby.
And then I was hooked. I was hell-bent on wanting a 360 with Halo 3.
Did y'all do
But I
the
was
full
like-
Monty when you got it? Did you get the special Mountain Dew?
No, this was like a couple years after it came out.
Ah,
It's like 2010, so
Hmm.
Reach was already out, but I didn't know that. I didn't care. I wanted Halo 3 because I played that one.
you didn't care
So,
about Reach? Somebody's gonna be like,
Not
okay,
at the time,
Mister,
not at the time.
you
I say
lost her.
I'll get to Reach in a bit. I'll get there.
Like when we're
Get
kids,
there
we're
when we
kinda
get there.
we get there when we get there. But so for that Christmas, it was like 2010, I think. I got my Xbox 360 with a Kinect. You know, the shitty camera thing that they came with back in the day.
Where only two games really worked with it.
Yeah, I got Kinect
Properly.
Adventures, which was one of them that actually did work well with it. But like, I got tired of that really quickly. I'm like, where's Halo 3? Like, you're too young to buy an M-rated game. I'm like, I'm literally like that meme. I was like, Mom, please let me get Halo 3. There's no blood and you just shoot aliens. That was literally what I was like.
You just shoot a
And
bunch
so,
of aliens.
Exactly, yes. And so that was actually enough to convince them, you know what? It's a cheat game. We may as well. And so they got me Halo 3.
The
from
way
then
you
on,
worded
Little
that
Connor's
sounded
life was
ominous,
changed
like the
forever.
fools.
I don't even
Yes.
remember the mental gymnastics I needed to convince my parents to get. Like,
Oh,
allow
GTA
me-
was a bigger thing for me
I
though.
don't
Like
know
I
what-
had to
I don't-
really go through it for that
All the
because I
time,
got that for 360.
I have like a really weird story with my first M-rated game too.
Oh, my first
Yeah,
M-rated
okay.
game was actually the Devil May Cry 5th Anniversary Collection on the PS2.
Really? Yeah, mine
My
was
first-
Halo
Yeah,
3.
because
My first-
literally one
You should
like
play with demons.
I just vaguely remember this for some reason. Me and my brother had a joint PS2, and for Christmas one year, they gave us each games, right? I only had one game under the tree. My brother had 3 because they gifted me the Anniversary Collection. I played the crap out of it. I don't remember the games he got exactly. I know one of them was God of War 2. But yeah, they did like a 3 and 3. They were like, here's your 3 games, there's yours. So I played the crap out of it. I didn't even play 2 at first. I started with 3.
Which
I was just
makes
like,
sense.
I was just like, oh, it's the latest in the trilogy, so might as well try the new game.
And it
Yeah.
also has a prequel too.
Yeah, but being like 8 years old, I was just like, I cannot wrap my head around this combat engine.
Well, DMZ's combat engine is like really intricate, but I love it. I remember like my first M-rated game of all things was
Yeah,
Twisted Metal
speaking of, I'm
Black.
watching that right now in the B-roll.
Like,
which is just suits you too well.
Yeah.
No, it's just funny because like Twisted Metal Black is like.
Oh,
it's
is that the
just
bad one?
All the first M-rated games, it has to be like one of the darkest ones out there too.
Oh, you.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Twisted
I
Metal
mean,
Black is
I
like
played
pure
GTA 5
psychological
when I was
horror.
12.
Love it.
How do you think I?
Okay,
You wanna know
guys,
something?
diverting course. Careful.
Yeah.
Oh, but
Yeah.
I wanna
Like
share.
Twisted Metal
Alright.
Black is like pure psychological horror.
Yeah.
What about
Okay.
back to Connor though?
Yeah, back to
Yeah.
Connor.
For sure. Okay. So essentially, I just kind of had through this phase where I played Halo 3's campaign for a lot, but didn't really get much further in it because I was new to FPS at the time. I had no idea what the hell I was doing. But Pokemon Black and White were just around the corner, so I was really into that for a bit.
Base. I love Black. and
Yeah.
White.
Like, it's still my favorite gen to this day.
The gens
And,
I've still never
but-
beaten.
You need to get on that.
Honestly, yeah, I agree. But eventually, after putting like hundreds of hours into Pokemon White, which is the one I had, I
Same.
eventually, picked back up my 360 controller and started playing Halo 3. And then I learned later on, like a couple months later, there's another Halo game that's actually newer.
There's another
better,
Halo.
and looks cooler.
Reach.
It's Halo Reach.
Oh,
Ooh.
let's go.
And so, fucking, I so wanted that game so badly, but like, it was actually pretty cheap at this point because it was like 8 months after release. So we got it, no problem. Like it wasn't any special day or anything, and we just kind of got it. And you have no idea the amount of hours I sank into that game as a child.
Oh
I
crap!
played it so much.
There was something I missed in my Devil May Cry story, though. My parents' reaction on Christmas was hilarious because they knew that I liked arcade-style games, and like apparently the guy had advertised it to them like that kind of fast-paced arcade feel. I was the one that pointed out the rating when I opened it, and they were just like, "Oh crap!" And they were just like, "Oh crap." Well,
Oopsie daisy.
Like, oh well, it's your game now. We can't really do much about it.
exactly.
Back.
DMC's because like DMC's content is actually somewhat tame for the most part too.
Yeah,
it was
but
Halo's,
my
like,
parents
the
were
main
very
thing
big
that sold
sticklers
Halo
on the
for
rating
rating
system.
is the blood.
I think the only real moment where like it really becomes an issue is like 3 with Nevin, but that's just because of Nevin's design.
Well,
That's it.
well, like I said, though, my parents were very big
Yeah.
sticklers on the rating system, which more
Do you
parents
mind if I
honestly
ask you-
should.
Were too.
Which more
I
parents
want to ask you
should.
something about Reach. What was was it like the co-op or the main story that got you really into Halo?
It was really the co-op.
Yeah, of course.
Like
yeah,
co-op,
I-
you mean the multiplayer? Oh, it was
Yeah,
both. Like
multiplayer.
I think I'd say both. Like, campaign really got me hooked in the universe and like the
Mhm.
story and like what in the everything that's important there.
The deep
And it's
lore
the
of Master
multiplayer
Chief's
that kept
suit.
me playing it over and over and over and over again. What'd you say about Master Chief's suit, Drill?
You caught what I was referencing.
I did.
I can't
Don't
believe
do
that. I'm very sad that that's
true
not.
in canon.
I'm-
But it is. He does wear a diaper in canon, so that's not too far off.
But the thing that kills me is that one tweet is not in the book, and I was like, crap, that's why I bought this.
It's like what? It's like yeah, there's already a Halo section. The one tweet that's there is not that. Like really? Anyway, so I eventually I got super into Halo, got the Halo Waypoint, started really looking into Bungie.net back
Oh,
when that was
dude.
the source for Halo stuff.
I used to play a ton with friends back in the day on Waypoint and whatnot.
Oh yeah,
Spartan Assault,
But then
all that.
I later
Mm.
learned because I'd never played CE at this point. They were
Is-
making a CE remastered.
This is making me
I
sad.
mean, looking back on it, it wasn't great, but I still enjoyed it when I played it. It was fun.
This is
I
making me
remember
really
being
sad because
terrified
God.
at level 343 Guilty Spark because that was where they introduced the Flood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that level would terrified me as a kid. It still kind of does today because like it's so well crafted.
Oh
Really
yeah.
is.
Remember, I was telling you about that being one of my first instances of horror in a game was experiencing that in the remaster.
Yeah, it don't fuck around.
But
The Flood is still terrifying in canon even after that.
they're a terrifying concept. They're
for
basically
sure. The concept itself is terrifying.
they're
and then
basically
all
those
the
parasitic
events make it even
mushrooms,
worse.
but to humans.
They're just assimilators.
Like whatever they're called, those
no, they're not
mushrooms.
just assimilators.
From Star Trek in a way.
They're intelligent parasites. They gather information and then pull that information into a proto-grave mind, which eventually becomes a grave mind, which controls all the Flood around it.
It's not about
can-
Halo lore.
I know, but like I'm
You
just
guys are
saying,
talking about what
they're
they're scary.
terrifying. Yes, they're scary because
Flood
they're
is
literally
scary.
like corrupted precursor dust, and they could quite literally control the universe if they got powerful enough.
Anyway, let's get back to Toy Story.
No, come on,
Yes.
this is fun. we're actually starting to gel,
Get
dude.
back to Toy Story. All right, but then I there was another day I saw a trailer for it was like a new Red versus Blue like episode, but afterwards they said, "Hey, watch the new trailer that came out that day," because I was into Red versus Blue at the time, classic series for Halo fans.
I
And
have
really
the
anyone in
Blu-ray.
general.
It's pretty
And,
decent. I've seen of it.
But yeah, well the first few seasons are fantastic. But remember that trailer came out, it was a beating heart, and it started zooming out, and you could very faintly hear Cortana saying, "Chief, I knew it, Halo 4," and it was the first teaser for Halo 4. And I
Oof.
was like, "Holy shit, I'm hyped." 'Cause
Very
I
very
actually
mixed
finished Halo
feelings
3 by this
people
point.
had. Very mixed feelings people had of that game at the time.
Yeah, and
But-
they still do have mixed feelings on it because, like, looking back on it, like, yeah, it had its flaws, but it was still fun.
It introduced me
Like, so
one
that-
of my favorite weapons in the series, the saw.
Oh, the saw is nuts! I love that one so much.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you? I shouldn't ask that question. That's like a rhetorical question. Of course, you played all the.
Plus, I love how those.
Well,
I forgot what those
have not
weapon
actually
types are
finished
called.
Halo Wars games. That's the only thing I've finished.
Well,
and
Halo
Fireteam
Wars,
Raven, which
it's
I
kind
could.
of
I easily forget exists.
That's-
They are
the
actually a very important part of canon, though.
Yes,
Well, yeah, but that's like everything is important to Halo lore, though. At this point, like
everything
like,
everything is
I
canon.
literally got the first few novels in the book like earlier this weekend, and like in the Halo series.
I
like,
mean,
the first 5
how are
novels.
we supposed to know that drill isn't part of canon?
he is, because all of human history is canon.
Ah, so Drill existed. He's giving us information for the future.
Exactly.
Drill a flood.
Oh crap! That's what Drill's planning.
He's a grave mind.
that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Would make sense. He's assimilated information. But so really, after Halo 4, like, I loved the game, but a lot of people, you know, it was very polarizing at the time. So a lot of people, you know, player population fell off really quickly, which kind of forced me, because I played a lot of multiplayer, to look into other sources for that. I tried a lot of games. I kind of fell back on Nintendo at this point.
Oh, that
Because,
sounds
you know,
just like me, because after I played Halo Reach with a bunch of buddies...
And when
just...
Halo MCC came out, it just kind of solidified that, yeah, I should probably just go back to Nintendo and stuff, because MCC's initial launch was really bad.
The launch for that was just.
Oh, yeah.
It was abysmal, yeah.
Wii U was just that was a mistake. It's okay.
I didn't have a Wii U until later that...
UTech USA talked
Actually,
about how terrible the launch
fun
was.
fact, I actually did get a Wii U that same year, because Smash 4 was coming out.
Yeah, Smash 4.
I started playing 3DS. I was back into Pokemon, played X and Y, and so what happened that... I don't know where the hell I'm going with this.
Off the cliff.
It's okay. Well, you're getting to the present, right? You're getting to the present. Should be fine.
Yeah, of course.
Oh wait! Oh well, guys, y'all leave me out in the
Smash
dark.
Brothers 4
I only
really
talked about playing an
solidified
arcade
my
cabinet.
taste in fighting games. Even if I had played Melee and Brawl beforehand, like 4 was really the one that got me super interested in like the genre. Like, I still have a lot to catch up on. I'm not the biggest fighting game dude, because haha Halo.
You dug a lot of time during that tournament we did.
Don't worry about it.
During that tournament we had at MSU, you put a lot of time into 98, right?
Yeah, I did.
Sometime in '98 with us.
But that was one of the few ones I've really put a lot of time into. Was KOF 98.
Halo 98 is pretty good.
Yeah, it is good.
Put some time in Max 4 and fight my soul.
Yeah. So, but later on, like but in the background during all of this, I was actually like kind of getting into Minecraft.
Oh boy.
And that was what really got me like networking online. And like, you know, what got me into Skype, what got me later into Discord even. Like this Discord account is actually a direct result of the migration from Skype with my Minecraft friends.
The only project Microsoft has not killed off yet.
Minecraft killed off.
No.
Yeah, it's the best-selling game of all time. It's hard to do that.
I think he's talking about.
But yeah. I also got into Terraria. That's a game I played a lot when I was like 2016 era. I met some of my best friends playing that game. I still friends with them
How do you feel hearing it get its final update not too long ago?
I was excited and kind of sad. Because Journey's End was actually really neat. I remember playing that. It was really nice.
Give me a second, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay. But after that, it was just kind of like I played a lot of Overwatch because back when that was a huge thing. And then eventually, I knew a guy playing Overwatch that introduced me into Civilization series, which kind of introduced me to strategy games and turn-based stuff other than RPGs. Civ is my shit, bro.
Do whatever you do, don't be nice to Gandhi.
Oh no, I know. I know that far too well.
You're being too nice to me. Time for tactical nukes.
Yeah, I think that's also what kind of got me into the historical genre of stuff. Like, I eventually, you know, started playing Battlefield 1. I liked that game a lot. And that and I was like, you know, really looking for something to fill the void that was Halo in my heart.
The void.
The original Battlefield is pretty good.
It was a void, because, like, I fucking missed that series up until one fateful day in early 2019. Halo, the Master Chief Collection, is coming to PC, and Reach is coming with it.
Oh yeah,
and
that.
You have
Jesus
no
Christ.
fucking idea how ecstatic I was to get that news. And so,
you know I am back, right?
Oh,
yeah, I do.
Cool. I need to fix this thing.
I was just getting up to turn off my fan.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay. I was just like, my loading screen, and like, I am here. You know that, right?
I'm also speaking on Smash Bros. I also met the majority of you guys at a tournament. I was Roger. I've known Roger for a bit, but that's when I really started becoming friends with him. I met Jesse and Jalen in that tournament as well.
It was like after we met back.
I loved it.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, it was like it was really weird to dig up all these.
Match was me and Jesse in the Ganondorf Ditto.
was like,
dude,
I would say it was just like in my mind, Virtual Battle 2 was just.
Connor, I still remember our initial reaction
Shirtless in the
too.
rain.
Whenever we started to whenever
combat.
we started doing those matches, remember we were just like Connor, Roger, and then like all the memories from like that country club started to flood back, like all the Pokemon stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we we knew
Like-
each other.
like we were
didn't
just-
realize it at that point.
Like we were just long lost bros.
And the thing is,
Like it's
I
that
was at the
legend.
midnight launch a couple days prior, and I didn't notice it. Like you were there, but I just like it didn't click then. But the next day at the tournament, it did.
Mm-hmm.
Ever be a video game?
Yeah. It was like that. It was like that legendary status of like the friend that goes offline 12 years ago, finally coming back.
Jesse, this is gonna sound really cliche for me. Smash Ultimate being the biggest game launch, you're forgetting Halo 2 as a thing.
Oh heck yeah! Oh yeah, remember that game?
Halo
That,
2's launch was absolutely massive.
remember that launch was so massive.
I agree with Halo 2. Also, I'm just not like Smash Ultimate.
Hold on, Connor.
Like, for recent
Funny.
time, yeah, that would make sense.
That's what I mean. Like I meant like as of this current generation. That's what I meant. To
Oh
say.
yeah, it was a huge launch.
Yes, this current generation because nobody can get the next gen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
next gen.
But then most of it from there on is just just a straight shot of me waiting for the new MCC titles to come out and trying out Titanfall 2, which I really, really enjoy.
That free
Titanfall,
weekend they
yeah.
did recently.
Shit.
Yeah, I was about to say that free
And
weekend they
me
did.
also picking up some other stuff like Rhythm Heaven and Puyo Puyo Tetris.
Dude, Rhythm Heaven is my jam. I suck at rhythm
That
games,
is
but
my
I love
shit.
that.
Yeah, Rhythm Heaven's great. All right, but I think that's really all I've got to say. I'm still kind of growing into my shoes as with my taste as a gamer, but I feel I'm getting there. And
You
I
still
feel like
got
I'm happy with where I
a
am even
couple of
now,
baby
so-
teeth left.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Trust
I'm still getting there, but I'm almost there.
You ain't done yet solidifying your taste. Like I'm still discovering games that are like still.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, yeah, but
truly
everybody,
done, but I feel like
yeah,
I
but
just
everybody
still have so
has
much
like a
left to go.
preferred type. Like if a new game comes out in a genre they like, they're like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
hey. Like I like twin stick
me,
shooters,
that's-
and that's how I ended up getting into like Ruiner and Hotline Miami.
For me, it'd be sci-fi shooters.
Like y'all know, I love.
God of War, and that game was actually really good.
Oh yeah, God of War was great.
Like,
By the way, I think I'm done now. But who's next?
That would
I'm
be
That would
Jalen.
be Jalen.
Jalen.
0-10 go.
Okay. Okay. All right. 0-10. Jalen. That's me. All right. We gotta go back. We gotta go way back. We gotta go way
Oh
back.
boy.
Okay.
Here we go.
Back to the past.
Way back to the
So-
prehistoric era.
I know y'all haven't brought this up, and it's understandable, but I want to say that my first video game experience is like Flash games and all that.
Oh,
know-
dude, yes.
That's like back in the day. Like I didn't have that much to play in
Ultimate
terms of
Sonic
like video
Flash,
game
let's
consoles
go.
to start
Super
off.
Smash.
Super
Bros.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of those were definitely like my
Fancy
first
Pants
experience with, like,
Adventures.
playing video
Oh hell
games.
yeah!
Fancy Pants for
Mario
Smash.
Combat.
Sites like
Madness
Cold
Combat.
Math
Well,
and
speaking of,
YA,
remember Hank's
Cool
coming to
Math.
Friday Night
Armor
Funkin'.
Games, Mini Clip. All of those were like starters
Mini
for
Clip
like
was my
me
shit
getting
growing
into
up.
like
Addictinggames.com.
actual console gaming. Now I want to say that there were two big defining moments that really shaped me like early on. One was portable gaming because the DS had a major effect on like me playing video
Oh
games.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
And
as
Understandable.
did it for me.
and I want to say that the second biggest one okay, I gotta really pull from my information. I want to say it was me getting a Wii because that also had a major effect. But
So far, we're
no,
all
it
like,
was-
and
it
then the
was
Wii happened.
emulation. Emulation, yeah, it was emulation that was like the second
Emulation,
biggest-
bro.
Emulation was like a
Okay.
big thing for like all
So
of us.
so let's go back
Oh,
to
yeah.
like 10 or 11 years ago. I get my first DS. It's like a first DS Lite, and my very first game that I pick up on there is like Sonic Colors for the DS. Believe it or not.
Oh yeah, Sonic Rush
And
3.
I played the
Sonic Rush
crap
was
out of that
fucking
game. I
great.
got every emerald. I did every stage and tried my best to get like every single collectible.
Oh hey, Miss.
And-
Oh hey,
and it was crazy.
Cedric. I see you playing Tetris.
And it honestly was the best. Like it honestly felt like Sonic Rush 3, and this was before I even played Rush, believe it or not. But after that, I started branching out. I went crazy for the DS. I bought a lot of DS games, all types, like the ones that are all well known, like Pokemon. Like my first Pokemon game was Black and White, and
Oh,
then I
hey,
went
Connor,
back
you're
and
playing
played-
Animal Crossing.
I am indeed.
Like we're like those Spider-Men pointing at each other because I'm playing Mario Kart right now.
To get back to
He
my
just said
point,
he was playing Tetris
Yes, let
99.
him get back to his
Hey,
point.
let's get back to Toy Story.
Yeah, let him go
Okay.
back. Let him go back.
Okay, so my first Pokemon game was Black and White, and I loved it. And I definitely put like so many hours to it I could barely remember. And then I started getting a craving for all types of games. So I started playing games like both like known and obscure. I went to school and like traded games around with people to play more DS games. It was like crack to me when I was growing up in middle school and stuff.
You do
like
a
that.
lot of the download play.
Once for me too.
I never got to do that because I barely used the DS like online functions.
Oh no,
But,
this wasn't the online. This
it
was
wasn't
the
online, it
local
was the local
multiplayer.
thing.
Like, if you had like a specific.
Oh, I never really got to do that, so I never get to
like,
do.
Yeah.
let's say you play Mario Kart DS.
I did it maybe once or twice.
I didn't really have that many local friends to play with.
friends except for like
Yeah, that's fair.
own a copy. And it's always the worst feeling with Mario Kart DS because like you could have 8 players, but like if you downloaded the game, everyone had to be Shy Guys, and you only got to play like the first 2, like the first normal cup and the first retro cup.
Mm-hmm.
So you just got like the most like diet experience out there.
Well, the download play was meant to be kind of like for people that don't own the game to kind of tease it.
I understand that totally.
Okay, I also
like-
want to say that the
okay.
Pokemon spin-off games are what really also helped, like
I didn't even
DMD,
mention those.
My mom,
DMD and Ranger were big for me.
like I'll never forget this. My mom's not a gamer, but she bought a DS just because she saw me playing Troze, and she loves puzzle games. She played the crap out of Troze.
Never played Troze. Hell is that game? I
And
wanted to
also-
do this again, but I just backed
Fine.
off from it for some reason.
Fine.
I want to say that one of the biggest things that I picked up was my love of platformer, and that was thanks to Kirby and stuff like that. And also, I played
Yeah.
the Mega Man Zero collection, and that started my love of Mega Man, and it spiraled from there. But to keep going on,
Impressive
I
start.
later up.
You mean your name is 010? That just kind of makes sense.
Yeah, that's where it comes from. It actually comes from that and another thing, but I'll talk about that later. So I got a Wii. I got this limited edition blue Wii because I stood in like a line. And
Oh, it's one of those, yeah.
Dude,
Till like
nice.
2 a.m. in the morning.
Nice.
And holy crap, let me tell you, the Wii is one of my favorite consoles of all time because the games that I played on there were so good. I played
Fair.
Zelda, I played Twilight Princess, I played Mario Galaxy.
Oh, that's a great one to start on.
I played Sonic Colors Wii, which is also really good in my opinion.
My first ever Wii game was WarioWare Smooth Moves.
I also played
Mine
like
was Mario
obscure
Party 8.
games. I played obscure games like Muramasa, the Demon Blade, which is by Vanillaware. It's
Yeah.
got a bunch of other nice games.
Hey, that's relevant because they might be making a new game. Might.
Yeah, I know. Might. Also, I played like the Kirby Dream Collection and Return to Dreamland, and then Xenoblade. We all know Xenoblade.
Dude, I remember following the Project Rainfall news.
Yeah, and here's the biggest one that had the most profound effect on me, besides like Sonic Colors, was Brawl. Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Like that changed
Smash
the game.
Brothers is gonna be
for
a
real
common
when I
theme
got that
tonight.
game.
Yeah.
That changed the game for real for when I got
You
it.
see, Jimmy, I played Smash Brothers Brawl, and that changed my life.
And that's how you were born.
It really did have a profound effect. It led me to understand that there are all types of video games out there on different consoles, and that got me respecting that type of stuff and wanting to play the games that they're from.
Jesse, chill, please.
What are you doing?
And also,
And
That's
Jesse, your
what-
mic's
that also-
glitching.
My thing.
I have to cancel. Oh, I'm sorry, family.
All right, it's fine.
Okay. So this is when we start the genesis of the second biggest part of my early gaming career, and that's emulation. And oh boy, the emulation take off with me.
Oh, dude, I played a lot of stuff
like-
like that too. Yeah.
Because like it's so easy to install emulators for the most part. Like I installed GBA emulators, I installed DS, I installed Dolphin, PlayStation 2 emulators, PlayStation 1 emulators, all of that. And I started to play through so many different types of games. And that's what led me to become like really enthusiastic about all types of games, including fighting games. And that's how I started getting into fighting games, but that wouldn't come till later. So needless to say, I keep progressing on. And then as I start to progress towards the modern era, me playing games, one of the biggest effects that happened during that was the 3DS. I picked up a 3DS and I started playing games on that like Pokemon X and Y, Smash Brothers, a bunch of different indie games and retro style games like Shovel Knight. Then I played Shantae, Gumball, all types of games. And then I took advantage of the eShop's virtual
Console.
virtual systems where they have the older titles on there.
That is
And I-
console.
Yeah, virtual consoles. And I played a bunch of old Mega Man games, and that's what got me into playing more of those. And needless to say, that also really changed how I view things. And also during emulation, that's where I got my love of JRPGs, and I started playing them to death.
Yeah, like that's how I started to play a lot of the more obscure SNES JRPGs. Like that's how I originally played Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, that's how I played Chrono Trigger, and that's how I played well, I didn't play Dragon Quest until much later. Let me not say that.
Actually, believe it or not, I never played a Dragon Quest game until I played a copy of Monsters.
Oh, my first Dragon Quest game was Rocket Slime, and I loved that game. I played that game so much as a kid, and I still have the cartridge, but it kind of doesn't work half the time anymore.
I touched it.
Also, okay, so I played a lot of 3DS games, and that got me into it. And I started to experiment with like playing Wii U, but with other people, and that was really fun. And so then when I started getting ready to go to college, and I had like a lot of stuff, like a lot of emulation and stuff ready on my laptop, and I took that with me, and I started playing with other people here in Mississippi State University, and that would get me into like playing a lot of different things. But for the most part, I want to say that things have been kind of the same, but recently, like in recent years, I got hooked on gacha games, starting with like
Oh,
Fire
ooh
Emblem
boy.
Heroes.
So anyway, I got hooked on gacha games.
Okay.
He's like, it's crack.
He needs his JPEGs.
It was okay. Let me finish. Okay, it was
Go ahead.
Fate Grand Order and Fire Emblem Heroes, and that didn't end out.
Of course, it was
alright.
FEH.
But in terms of gacha games now, I play like Arcanine, Genshin, and Grand Blue Fantasy.
I was about to
and those
say
are good games
Genshin,
in my
yeah.
I
opinion.
also play games.
And in terms of modern games, I finally picked up a Switch. I managed to get my emulators even more tricked out so I can play more games, and I've started streaming that too. Like my most recently streamed was like the Ace Combat Zero, because I got addicted to Ace Combat recently. And Ace Combat Zero is on the PlayStation 2, so I emulated that for the stream that I did yesterday and the day.
Posted
And
that.
it's been pretty good. And also, I want to say that I liked fighting games a little bit before I went to college, but the moment I went to college and I started playing with other people like Jeremy, because he's the first guy I met like at State that played fighting games a lot, and then Jeremy, and then Jesse, and then a bunch of other people like the video game club, and I started really getting addicted to fighting games like KOF and Street Fighter and even Blaze Blue and Guilty Gear, and that's how my love of that intensified. But right now things are mostly tame. I have a Switch. I've been playing on PC. I got a decent PC, so I can actually start streaming more modern games, which I'm happy about, because next stream is going to be Bug Fables, if I can get that off the ground, maybe Wednesday or whatever. But a lot of the games that I've been playing were like really fun, and I want to say like if there's any series, any 3 series that really affected me from like the beginning of my game career to now, I want to say that it's Pokemon, it's Mega Man, of course, and I want to say Smash Brothers, but in terms of non-crossover, I say that the third one would be Final Fantasy, because I played the heck out of Final Fantasy 6 and a bunch of other games during high school.
Based.
Hello, base
and-
department.
Yeah, base department. indeed. And I know I'm talking kind of loud. I'm talking kind of low, and it might be a little hard to hear on stream. But
You're
totally
good.
fine.
Yeah, don't worry. Like I
Okay,
said, have
good.
this on
I think I'm
multi-track.
check
You're
if
fine.
This is a new PC, and I gotta get used to this mic. But yeah, that's about it for me. I don't got anything else I want to say, but I definitely will keep streaming whenever I can. Maybe not. Maybe actually, I might be able to stream tomorrow, because I thought I was gonna have an appointment, but it's actually in the morning, so I can probably stream during midday. But that's it for me.
Right, let's get
I can talk about anime later, and when I talk about anime, that's gonna be a long
I
discussion.
was going to
I
say,
feel like
why,
that-
Roger, why are you being so chaotic in the fucking Discord chat?
Exactly. They can't see this.
Seeing it right here, dude.
God,
It made me
Yeah.
burst out laughing on stream.
Yeah, okay, so let's get to me then. Okay.
Hey,
Dustin.
soda in my cereal.
Yes. Here we go.
But why is it
Okay.
in there?
Dark One.
Because to make you ask the question, now let's get to my
Oh,
gamer-
snap.
He has succeeded.
All right.
Oh, I forgot to
so-
mention one last thing before Dustin starts. I'm also addicted to Horse Girl Gotcha, which is why
I
that's
think
in
they
the
know
first
by
one.
your picture on my window.
I'm glad I was delayed for that.
Sorry.
I'm
assuming you got me that
Uma Musume
Truly a
is
worthwhile
a
use of his
fetish
time.
anime.
We all know your love for Rudolph Symboli Rudolph. So
We all know Uma
No, we
Musume
don't,
is a
because I have
fetish
no idea
anime.
who that is.
We
That's
all
his profile
know.
pic. That's his
It's
profile
the
pic.
reverse
We'll talk
Mr.
about that
Hands.
later. We can talk about that when I have.
Okay, Roger, please don't.
This is my Twitch channel. We're fine. They had to agree to
I
an
know.
18+ warning.
Okay, so
That's true.
can Soda
So
Matsuo
so so it'd be
go?
Mrs. Feet.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry. to
Yes,
interrupt.
Soda and my cereal may start talking.
Thank you. Okay, so as when I was wee, how should I put this?
Wee lad.
A
cereal
weeb.
box.
A weeb.
Fetus in cereal box. That's what I'm going with.
What? Okay.
Okay, I guess a little.
You know that
Yeah.
works. You know that works.
Yeah, I was a Nintendrone. I grew up on the SNES and N64.
God,
I actually
Nintendrone.
played the first Super Smash Bros.
Mm.
So I saw the evolution, and I also had access to the Sega Genesis. So I knew Sonic from the Genesis as well as Streets of Rage. Not that Sonic was in Streets of Rage, but I knew Streets of Rage.
Wow, what a fucking boomer.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Oh
Finally, a
Jesus.
worthy opponent.
Yes, exactly. I am basic. My tastes I've discovered are very boomerish, but we'll get to that in a bit. So, I
Oh
also
hey,
play-
the PS5 store is doing a recommendation of fighting games. That's kind of cool.
okay.
Sekiro is on here for some reason though. What?
Oh my god.
That's not a fighting game.
Off topic
It's not a
again.
fighting game, and
Let's
that's
get
not
back
my
to-
topic.
Get back to Toy Story, please.
Let's get back to Toy Story
Give it Toy
now.
Story.
It's organic
Story time.
conversation, guys. Learn to
Yeah, I
adapt.
don't
I
remember
played
this.
Toy Story on the Genesis, so this is on topic. Okay.
I mean, at least put Dark Souls in for the PvP, but Sekiro?
Okay, but
Alright,
we're
go
not talking
off.
about PlayStation right now. Okay, so anyway, I then played the N64. My go-tos for that were Super Mario 64, Paper Mario, and Donkey Kong 64. And I will fight any of you if you shit talk any of them. But then I got a GameCube, and I played Melee and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Those are kind of my things. But funny story about those. Both of those discs got completely destroyed. And no, I didn't break them. Well, I mean, not like physically, but we found out that like our old cartridge games, like our SNES and N64 games, they got cleaned when you put nail polish remover in the slots. So we did
Just
that.
don't do
for-
that.
Yeah. Now we know that. Now we know that. But
Again,
My
like,
God.
get this that like don't work because as a kid you think, oh, these are way harder than they are, and it's like, oh no, they are not.
yeah, but then
no.
we tried that with. But then we tried that with the discs, and no, it just eroded the plastic for both of them. So Sonic Adventure 2 Battle got irradiated, and
Radiated.
Exterminated.
yes,
Get,
so,
get debated.
Corroded, not irradiated.
no, it got irradiated. I found a way to
That's,
make it.
that's a health
irradiate.
safety warning.
Yeah, yes, it is. I'm glad you're concerned. So aside from that, I also played a bit of the PS2, but not much. Mostly just played Sly Cooper because that's the best on that console, and there are other great games too. But that's what I grew up with. But then as far as like, I also grew up with some internet-based games like RuneScape
Based?
and the game that's way better than RuneScape, Neopets.
Vagina.
I will fight all of you on that as well.
Only people.
It sounded like you're about to fight him over vagina.
Oh man, I played the
Neopets is
PS2 game.
based.
I'm in there.
I also played the Neopets The Darkest Fairy. I never beat it though, cause
Dude, that's so topical. Have y'all seen the news though that there might be a new Neopets game coming to Switch for some reason?
What the
What?
fuck?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, there's
Really?
been
What
a
the
bunch of
hell?
rumors circulating on the internet that Neopets is coming to Switch in some fashion.
I would lose it. I would lose it, honestly.
You know,
I-
we gotta suit up when it comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neopets are, boys. let's
Me
go.
and
Mask
the boys
up.
suiting up for the Neopets midnight
No,
release.
no, it's like that. It's like that.
Sure.
It's like that payday joke. Mask up, folks.
Yeah, but anyway. But yeah, I played The Darkest Fairy, but I didn't get too far because while I liked Neopets, the lore also terrified me.
The lore.
Yeah, like the
Oh,
wandering
that's
ghost. Like
lore.
you see the website would have these like little events, okay, and
You did?
like something it would say something has happened, and it might be something good, might be something bad.
A man has fallen in
Well,
the river.
Yeah.
Shut
and,
up.
One of them,
Now.
one of
Awkward.
them was the wandering ghosts, and their designs scared the hell out of me as a little baby.
I'm probably gonna toss it up on screen while you talk. I'm gonna look those up.
You can't find it. I've tried,
Really?
but yes, I've tried to find them too.
Let him try, though.
No,
He might have the
no.
magic touch.
No, my Google Foo is superior to his. So
Google Foo.
yes.
I can't say I've heard that term before.
I might not be able to find you,
Oh.
but he can.
Okay, so back to it. So yeah, I played a bit of like the Neopets, the RuneScapes, but then I kind of stuck with the Nintendo stuff for a while, like including the Wii with one of my favorite games ever, Super Mario Galaxy.
Yeah,
1.
I found it.
You probably found the card art.
No, the ghosts have stolen all your donations. Try again later.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway,
This
going
terrifying
back,
looking frog thing.
Excuse me,
yeah.
sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
Haha.
Can you let me fucking talk?
Let's really.
Back to Toy Story.
Okay.
Back to Toy Story, my friends.
Yes, back to Toy Story. Okay, so yeah, after playing like Mario Galaxy and all that, I got really into Smash Bros. Kinda with Brawl, but I never went too far. I just liked how the funny farting man Wario was in it. Yeah, Wario
okay.
is kind of my kin. I
Funny
respect that
farting man.
I respect that man. I love him. But aside from that, then time skip goes by and I got a 360 and I played some Halo 3, some
Based.
Gear, and I was actually more into Gears of War at the time.
Oh yeah,
but,
we all talked
Still
about
based.
360, and I'm surprised none of us talked about that
Gears
yet.
of War is still based, not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I love Gears of War so much. It's so
$3
great.
million franchise.
Yeah, so
Microsoft's other franchise.
yeah, but yeah, then
The reason why we won't get another Unreal Tournament yet.
Yeah. Okay. So I played I played that for a couple years, and I tried being one of those COD bros because everyone and at the Dimension school I was in were into it. But I tried Modern Warfare 2, but I played a
Fuck is
bit
the
of it.
Dimension School.
Yeah, it's my school.
Oh,
But,
so your realm, okay.
yeah, my realm's school. Yes.
My realms.
The Corn Realm.
It's
The Corn realm.
Yes, the realm of
Realm.
corn.
You know, knowing where you're from, that just makes it even funnier.
Yeah. So yeah, like the Corn Realm was really into the Modern Warfares.
The
but
Corn
I tried
Dimension.
it. Yes, I tried it, and I really wasn't too into it. But then I bought.
That's how I was too. But everyone was into Modern Warfare, but I didn't really care much for it.
in a
Yeah.
Modern Warfare, but I was just like, I just want to play Twisted Metal. Please leave me alone.
I was
Yeah,
really
yeah,
into
No, yeah, I was
Black Ops
just
2,
want. I
but
was like, I just want to play Halo. Leave me be, please.
Play Twisted
That
Metal
was-
2 on my PlayStation.
I was really
Yes.
into Black Ops 2.
Black Ops
Yeah.
2 is actually good shit. No lie.
I was in the Modern Warfare 3 wave. I still think
Yeah.
that game is fantastic.
Oh, I do too.
And the
But,
fact that they remastered in that reboot the two's campaign and not threes made me really sad.
That
Okay.
is sad. I really wish they
Yeah.
would remaster threes.
Yeah, but so then I went so like everything was like that and like that, but then I picked up this game from one of the dying rental places that had it for sale, a little game called Street Fighter 4. And
With that
well,
amazing introduction.
yeah, And well, that was kind of my big introduction to fighting games. I played some beforehand, like I played Street Fighter 2 Turbo on the Wii eShop. I played Chun-Li and Vega because I was like, oh,
on the
hey.
Nintendo Shop channel.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, I played Chun-Li and Vega and E Honda and that.
So he was one of those guys. Get him.
Yeah, Chun-Li and Vega I played because I was like, oh wow, that chick is hot. But then I found out Vega was a guy, and I was like, oh. But then later on, I was like,
Bro,
well, I mean, he is
shirtless.
He is Swedish, right?
No, he's Spanish.
To be fair, like
so there you go.
Like, oh, he's a dude.
There is no to be fair with Vega.
Wait, he's French, so
yeah.
I mean, twink is kind of in his nature, isn't it?
He is Spanish. He is Spanish.
Ah, there we go.
But like like that was kind of my thing. I was like, wait, is this chick shirtless? Should I be playing this?
He's like, oh, it's a dude.
Yeah, it wasn't too obvious.
That's
in that
a
game.
dude.
It really wasn't too obvious in that game. But
dude.
But then I got into Street Fighter 4 and I played a bit of Cammy in that. But then I got Super Street Fighter 4 and.
Let me guess, you played Cammy because like, man, that chick is hot and you didn't get trapped this time.
Yeah, I did get trapped by Leo in Tekken 6, or did I? Who knows?
Schrodinger's trap.
Exactly. But that's all built.
2.0.
Yeah. But that's all building up to this one fighting game on the that was released on the Xbox 360. A little game called Blaze Blue Continuum Shift.
Dang it, Thomas.
And well, who did I play in that game? Actually,
it's a secret.
Played Soul Bad Guy.
No, I played Tao Kaka and Iron Taker. They were actually who I played. Yeah, I was actually really into Tao Kaka at first because my tastes were basic as a child, but then I saw like, wait, there's more. I like how this game plays. But,
please don't do that while I'm drinking water.
oh man, y'all wild.
I'm sorry, fucking Cedric.
Like I said, yes. Wait, I love actually. Groose is my crash screen. If my stream messes up, it actually is a picture of Groose.
Oh,
okay.
So sorry. See, we're having fun. Like this is why I can't wait to do this.
We're just having time.
And like I said, they'll never know what we're posting, so this is great.
Okay, yeah. So then like I was like, oh hey, there are more of these games, but they're on Sony stuff. I haven't had a Sony since the PS2, and I sold that. But then I got it back through a long. You'll have to read like the light novel to figure out how I got the PS2 back. Okay, so.
There's more soda material lore.
Yeah.
Audio
So
drama.
for my expanded lore, you can find that out later. But like, I eventually got a PlayStation.
Tier 3 sub to soda to my cereal for the lore.
Yeah. But
when's the OnlyFans? I'll pay for it.
You would. You totally would.
Yes, I would.
Yes.
Sounds very accusatory.
Yes. But so then I got a PlayStation Vita mainly to play some of the BlazBlue games because I was like, oh man, these PS3s are still really expensive.
Funny you mention that. I'm actually trying to fix mine right now. No, seriously.
Oh, but yeah, that's unfortunate. But then
mainly
I got...
dead battery. Nothing too crazy.
Okay, but yeah, then I got Continuum. I got a Calamity Trigger for the PSP on the Vita, and then I also got Continuum Shift Extend on the Vita. I played through Calamity Trigger Story, and that's probably like the worst of the storytelling of all the series. I'm gonna be real. Calamity Trigger is very bad about telling you what info is important.
But that's the game that kind of put BlazBlue on the map over here, though, right? As far as like the FGC.
Well, Calamity Trigger's the first game.
Yeah. Well, what game in that series kind of put it in its stride? Was it the next one?
I'd
I'd say
Phantasma.
I'd say Chrono Phantasma in my opinion, but going back to my whole thing, like I was still like Team Tower Kaka Tiger, yeah. But then I played
Real Soviet damage.
Yes, but then I played Continuum Shift Extend, and there was a Calamity Trigger retelling, which if you're interested in BlazBlue lore, I'd say play that over Calamity Trigger because it explains it way better than Calamity Trigger does.
Dustin, remember the thing me and you used to talk about a lot where, remember, they had that that compendium thing that you could read from the menu, but it was gutted out of the American version. It was only the Japanese version. We didn't get it until CF.
Yeah, I don't even know why that was.
Yeah, that terminology encyclopedia to catch you up on all the characters and stuff, in case this was your first game, got gutted out of all regions except Japan.
Yeah, that really should have been there at the beginning.
Why it got gutted? I guess maybe because they didn't want to translate so much text, but they brought it back in CF.
Thankfully, but yeah, going back to it though, then I played the Calamity Trigger retelling, and this is kind of like the big turning point. Okay, so I was doing the whole thing, like, you know, like actually like absorbing the lore better because it tells it better. But then you get to like the Noel new fight from the retelling in Calamity Trigger. And like new in this game, you motherfucker, Earthworm.
What happened?
It's the Discord.
He's posting weird shit.
God damn it. Okay, but I got to the Noel new fight, and the thing is,
okay, Jesse. Yes, you are getting the menacing symbol again.
In the
but we're gonna make sure that they're well aware.
In the Calamity Trigger thing. In the Calamity Trigger like remake thing, I got to the Noel new fight, and the thing with new
Cedric, what was that one?
With new in Calamity Trigger remake is that she's actually meant to be a boss character because Lambda takes her place in that game. And if you know none of these terms, I have a feeling this is very.
It just sounds like nonsense if you have no idea what BlazBlue is.
Yes, exactly. But
because it kind of is if you're unfamiliar.
Yeah.
But like.
But I will say,
let me finish.
I wanted to ask your opinion on the Highlander boss fight.
I'll get to that. Trust me, I'll get to that.
Where they tried to do a traditional boss fight in a fighting game like that.
Okay, but yes, I'll get to that. But let me finish my story here. This is the turning point, but everyone decides they need to make it about themselves.
Dude, come on. This is why
I'm doing an It's Always Sunny thing, actually. But like, okay. But anyway,
Charlie,
Connor, that is your server.
Okay, but yeah. Also consider this a fucking warning. But anyway, okay. So I get to the thing. Okay, so basically, all you need to know what I was trying to say before everything went to crashing and burning is that one character replaced another, but that character is in there as like a boss form. That's all you really need to know.
And that character sucks.
Hey, really quick, Connor, you watching the stream?
Am I? Let's see. Yeah, I have it tabbed open, so.
Oh, okay. Because I want you to watch something, okay?
Are you putting the menacing symbol over me?
No.
You can do.
Okay. Now may I finish?
Yeah. Go on.
Okay. So I got to that fight, which was like the whole boss fight thing with Noel, and I lost a lot, and well, something kind of clicked inside of me, and well, I started to be like, wow, I actually kind of like this character. So then that got me down the Noel hole where I am today.
Sorry, sorry we're all giggling like school children. We're a bunch of shit posters.
You got true into liking Noel?
Kind of.
That sounds like Stockholm Syndrome.
You got trapped?
Like her, though, you fucker.
It sounds like Stockholm, bro.
I'll show you some fucking Stockholm Syndrome.
Pull down your pants.
Oh my god,
We
that was like the
completely lost control.
that was like the perfect
is the-
icebreaker. Holy crap!
Okay.
Oh, I know.
I think we're kind of losing it here. Let's keep going,
It's
Dustin.
fine.
Yes.
You made it this far in the podcast, you know we lose their shit.
Well, hey, they're getting a good taste
That's
for
okay,
what's
but
to come if they stick around.
That's
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
someone clip
Oh
that.
yeah, it's just
Someone
like
clip-
consider this a warning.
Yes.
We've almost been here for 2 hours. I'm impressed.
Yes.
I
kinda
know,
need to
but
hurry up,
but
it's
see,
getting
we
late.
yeah, but I
Yes,
mean
I
we
would
broke
like
the
to.
ice. Yeah, we
Yeah,
broke
so
the
let,
ice.
let Dustin keep talking.
Thank,
Okay.
Let Dustin
thank
keep
you.
talking.
Continue.
Okay, so thanks to all of that, I was like, wow, right, there's actually like a competitive thing for this game. So that's why I bought a PS3, so that way I could play Chrono Phantasma, which
Same.
I actually really like that game. Like I think like there's like a lot of story bits of that game that I really like, and the Highlander fight, like he was trying to get me to talk about it, but I'll talk about it here. I actually really like it. I think it's actually a pretty good like way to like kind of make like a whole like traditional boss fight in like a traditional like 2D fighter style.
For
without
certain
it just-
characters, though, it did not work out, like Tiger
yeah,
and
Bang-
Aracune.
and Banshee Shigami. Don't try with Banshee Shigami.
Oh yeah, well, dude, remember there was that trophy in the game for beating it with everybody.
Yeah. But like
They knew.
basically, if your character's super is like a cutscene super, it's gonna be hell. And bangs are all cutscene supers in that game, except for like no, they all are. Yeah, they all are in that game. But then I got CF, and I still play that pretty competitively whenever I get the chance. But that game was also kind of like the big shaper-upper for me for the type of fighting games I like the most. I mean, I'm basically god at every fighting game I play, but obscure anime fighters are my forte. Yeah, like Clay Fighter. Yes. Yes. Do you have something you'd like to share with the rest of the class?
I
No,
swear
my
to, I swear to,
throat-
I
my
swear to
throat.
God, Jesse, you bring
You
up,
know what's
you bring up a
funnier?
certain game, you're getting kicked.
I'm sorry. I'm just my throat's clogged up a bit. I just need to.
Okay.
He got choked up on the
I'm sorry,
bullshit.
my throat's plugged up from all the bullshit I'm hearing.
Oh.
My bad, bros.
Okay, let's go then. After this, then. Okay.
Dustin Masatsu's over to your house. We hear somebody screaming.
Go with me and we'll play Kianta 2.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
God,
that's
here we
it.
go
That's it,
again.
Mister.
Okay, but anyway, here's my final things. Okay, so like
So-
now my thing is that I'm very into.
I told you not to mention it.
Into obscure
That's late. That's for a
fight-
later topic.
I'm
Je-
very in. I'm into anime fighters, and I also really like more like NES/SNES style games. So yes, I am the anime FGC boomer. That's another one of my titles.
You recently played Kaze, right?
Yes, it's pretty good.
I've been hearing some fantastic things. I'm just waiting for the physical to come out next month.
Like the thing is, it's a good game.
I've heard it compared to DKC, kind of.
It's definitely like Donkey Kong Country, except you only play as Dixie, and well, you have to kind of like, you kind of have to like find your extra hit. Like you basically have like 2 hits like in Donkey Kong Country, but you only have 1 character. But it's a lot like Donkey Kong Country. Including like the secrets, whereas like I love Donkey Kong Country, but that game has forever ruined me in trying to find secrets, because I'll often die like half the time trying to find secrets in these games.
Just getting good.
But yeah, it's a great game, and yeah, you should pick it up if you are interested in DKC. And that's the end of my chapter.
Right now, because remember, we're doing these every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Alright, who is
next up
next?
would be Thomas.
I'm interested
Yes.
to see what you're gonna say this time.
Please talk about becoming a Suda shill.
I'll get to that eventually.
The
So-
Church of Suda.
By the way, we've reached over 2 hours. I'm afraid we're gonna run out of B-roll at some point.
Oh no, the B-roll set to loop. It already has.
Set the loop.
It already
cool.
has.
All right.
I
So
can
where
find
should
some Halo
I
footage for
begin?
B-roll later today.
All right. So I'll just start off with this. So my grandparents used to own a Nintendo NES, and around pretty young age, around like 4, 5, 6, around there. First games that I played were Mario
Freaking
3
Jesse.
was Super Mario Brothers 3. And sorry, I just
Go on.
this word, but
Talk through the bullshit.
So yeah, I just got to the chase. So the first console I've ever owned was a Game Boy Advance. I got that around the time when I was 5, 6 years old. Reasons why I got the happenings of how I got it, or why I got it, is a little spotty. I kind of don't remember for sure, but either way, I got it. And my first game I ever played, like I've ever owned, was Super Mario Brothers 3 on the Game Boy Advance, specifically the Super Mario Advance 4 port.
Very good start, I must say.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and pretty much since then, like I played NES games at my grandparents' house whenever I went. I'd either play Mario, I'd either play Punch Out, Mike Tyson's Punch Out in particular. And I never,
Not
I was
that,
never
not
able
that
to.
stupid other version. This is the exact same game, just without Mac Tyson.
Mhm.
Mac Tyson?
Mac.
That came out as Mac. The
Big
net
Mac Tyson.
So,
Mac
new-
Tyson's like a
New for
like a menu
McDonald's.
item at McDonald's.
Yeah, new for McDonald's.
Right.
Mac Daddy.
The Mac Tyson.
The Mac
I
Daddy.
could never beat.
Dude,
I
I am
could
so
never
mad
beat
they've
it,
never had a product called the Mac Daddy.
I could never beat the game though.
Tyson burgers.
Mac Tyson just sounds like a really cursed mashup of Mike Tyson, the Little Mac.
Mhm.
But
Potara earrings.
Anyway,
but anyway,
Go on.
unfortunately, I've never been able to beat the game. I mean, I've gotten to farthest I've gotten was Mr. Sandman, and I think Jesse knows how well.
Well, I mean,
that might turn out.
understandably, Mr. Sandman's tough, no matter what
Mr.
game he's
Sandman,
in.
It's like,
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Sandman's pattern is like, you really have to just. I think he's the hardest boxer next to Tyson himself.
Well, I mean, he's
Yeah.
also
Like, I was
extremely
used to
tough
Macho
in
Man's
the
way
Wii
easier
game.
than Mr. Sandman in every way, specifically.
Now, I later on I got some more Game Boy Advance games. My brother and I, believe it or not, I am
Okay.
a twin. I have a twin brother.
Yeah, you've shown me pictures of you two together, and I don't believe it.
Yeah, not a lot of people believe it when he tells them, but
I actually
It's
haven't
pretty-
seen your brother.
yeah, it's
I have none either.
yeah, we're fraternal twins, so there's no way we look alike. So
Yeah, that's it.
he would usually get a game. He got a Game Boy as well, and he would get different games for it. So like one time he got like for example he got kid like backyard baseball or like kids backyard baseball or whatever for that, and I got like something like
Man, Pablo Sanchez, most overpowered character in sports.
Yeah.
He is. That's just true.
but I think that's the Game Boy game that like an example of a Game Boy Advance game he got. Meanwhile, I got something like I got Super Mario World, but unfortunately, other than Mario 3, I never actually finished them. It's like for example, I got the Donkey Kong Country 3 for the Game Boy Advance, and the furthest I got was after the spider boss, because I thought the game was over
giant enemy
after I beat
spider.
the spider boss.
Attack its
So-
weak spot.
For massive damage. Anyway, and in Super Mario World, I could never figure out how to get into the Valley of Bowser, because I kept on getting in that loop, and I just had
Oh, you
no
kept getting
clue
the
how to.
loop.
Yeah, it wasn't until I played through the SNES version of Mario World, like a decade plus later, that I finally beat that game. But that's neither here or there. So, but basically, my point is that my brother and I sort of had a shared taste of games,
Hmm.
Something that we had in common though was that we would always play superhero games. And
Oh, dude, that
so-
era was a good time to be into those.
yeah,
Those had some
six
good.
gen superhero games were superb.
Oh, yeah.
For example, I keep saying for example a lot. I'm sorry, but
No, no, you're
anyway,
fine, dude. No, dude, you're fine.
Oh, nice overcharge, by the way.
No, thank you. I did a lot of them.
I have to throw that out there because, like, I love seeing overcharges in Tekken Bowl.
But okay. So yeah, we played a lot of superhero games. My uncle was an avid comic book collector. I mean, he still collects comics, but he's sold like a bunch of them like recently, and he's made lots of money off of it.
I'd imagine.
So, but he's a big superhero fan. He got me and my brother into like DC's world with Batman and Superman, specifically with the animated series, but also with a game on the PS2 called Justice League Heroes.
I was about to bring that up. God, that was such an underrated gem.
Yes, it was. It was amazing.
Yes, it was.
I love that game.
It was basically Ultimate Alliance, but with DC characters. The top-down kind of gauntlet style.
Yeah, it was amazing. And so, and like we played a little bit of Ultimate Alliance as well, but we didn't really finish that game. We had like multiple playthroughs of the Justice League Heroes though.
Mm-hmm. I still have that to this day.
I do too. We also played Namco Museum. We were also into the big game, those kind of games, and it's like some more superhero games. Like for example, I got the Justice League Heroes, the Flash, the Game Boy Advance spinoff for the Game Boy. There's also that really awful Superman Returns port for the GBA.
What do you mean? All of that was terrible.
Never mind.
But like the thing is, it wasn't really a game. It was like a collection of like, it's like you played Sudoku or something with all these shapes in the Fortress of Solitude. And only
So that's what he's doing instead of talking to his dad.
yeah.
Hold on, like
Marlon Brando, got it.
yeah, it's just like the freaking like, so you winning, son? Shut up, dad.
Shut up, face dad.
So
Silence brand.
Okay, anyway, sorry,
So
Thomas.
I was still into Mario and stuff, but it wasn't until I played one of my best friends, like at one point, showed me
Jesus,
Mario
Cedric.
Hoops 3-on-3 for the DS, and I was like, that is the coolest shit ever. I need to get a DS with Mario Hoops 3-on-3 on it. And
That game was a ton of fun, despite the awkward control style. Like, it was awesome.
Mm-hmm. I liked it a lot. And so that was my first big DS game.
If you were to ever ask me what my biggest trade-in regret was that
Yeah, I think I still own it.
Hoops 3-on-3.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that game is awesome.
I had a lot of fun
Like,
with my DS.
why did it have Square Enix characters in it? But it was fun.
Game in particular that I really enjoyed was Bowser's Inside Story for the DS.
Oh yeah.
It was amazing.
Great game.
Believe it or not,
At
I've
that
never
point, it was the first Mario RPG I've ever played.
never
Mine
beat
was
that.
Mario RPG for the Virtual Console.
Like, believe it or not, guys, for as many praises as that game gets, that is the only game in that series I have never played.
Really?
And I've never played Bowser's Inside
That's the best
Story.
one in the series, if you ask me.
I've never played them. I've never played it.
Play that someday, totally, dude.
I played them all,
you
even
definitely-
Paper
you
Jam.
definitely do. But I have a secret confession as well about certain Mario RPGs, but we'll get to that later.
What are you gonna end our podcast is gonna get nuked because Thomas randomly was just like, A Thousand Year Door was fine, and they're just like, what?
Actually, I've never played A Thousand Year Door.
You're not bending over and sucking that game dry.
I haven't finished it.
Yeah, why aren't you?
But we'll get there when we get there. So,
So sorry, Thomas.
So,
like,
yeah,
like
so
we're
still-
finally getting more casual. This is great. We're finally kind of loosened up.
But yeah, as I said, I really enjoyed my DS. That was one of my favorite games. I got a bunch of other games on there as well, like some licensed ones, some first party games, and I think trying to remember what exactly like in particular that I could say.
And
There's
going
Mario
back
Party
to
DS that I really loved. There was
Hoops 3-on-3 really quick. White Mage, God tier character design.
I could never unlock her or Black Mage.
The hoops was big.
Oh, dude, wait. Can I bring that up? We were
talking.
talking about download play earlier, but you got to respect the fact that Mario Party DS actually allowed you to download play with 3 other people, and you could play all the boards and stuff.
Oh yeah.
That was rad. That was like super rad, actually, completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
love
most of the
Mario
time,
Party
that's
DS.
because I thought somebody would probably bring up that, or at least another Mario Party, so I could bring it up. Because remember, Nintendo wanted that to be kind of like a teaser, so they can entice people to buy the full games to play with their friends to have more content. But no, that one they're just like, here you go.
Yeah, that one actually avoided the issue entirely, and I'm actually super happy about that, honestly.
Because my
right.
mom and my stepdad all had DSs, but we would always play Mario Party DS together because of that. And my
DS was actually really good to play with everyone if you needed it because of that alone.
yeah,
Yeah.
sorry,
Mhm.
sorry guys.
So another game I got on there that I think I remember enjoying a lot was Mario versus Donkey Kong, or Super. Like there is a DS game. I can't remember the title of it. Miniland Mayhem. That's what it's
March of
called.
the Minis. Yeah.
Not March of the Minis. It was Miniland Mayhem. It was like a
That was
it was
that was the third
The
one.
DSiWare one.
yeah, that was the third one. It was for the DS. I remember playing that. It was a lot of fun. So basically, a lot of my taste back then was Mario and superheroes and stuff, and like licensed games as well.
Very
I remember
understandable.
I could go into it, but if we have like a different topic about TV shows and stuff, I can totally go into more of those games.
We'll
but,
probably have more personal topics later. Don't worry.
Yeah, but also, actually, I'll just mention it now. My brother and I were really big into Kim Possible back in the day. Kim Possible is amazing.
That show.
And
was
we got
big.
the Game Boy Advance game. We beat
Good
that,
show.
and I didn't beat the DS game because I didn't understand why it wouldn't let me progress, but it was because you had to get a B rank or higher on every mission, which I didn't do that. So, anyway,
Acceptable.
but my family had a Wii, and we bought Wii Play and Wii Sports for it. We had a lot of fun with that. One more thing on my DS that we'll talk about. But
Nagito Komaeda. Sorry.
Like I said, my brother sort of helped influence my tastes a little bit since we sort of shared. Well, we didn't really share a DS; we had separate ones, but it was it was sort of a shared, combined taste of what we enjoyed back then.
Mm-hmm.
I was really interested in getting Pokemon Black and White, but I didn't get it because my brother convinced me out of it.
Ooh.
And that was like,
So needless to say, he's not your
Fat
brother
L.
anymore.
well, he also, another funny story about him. One point we had a superhero comic. There's an advertisement for Kingdom Hearts Recoded in it. My brother has the biggest hate boner for Kingdom Hearts. It is
Mine's
not
way
even
bigger.
funny.
Mine's way bigger.
Like
Bruh.
He
I
when he
don't
saw
have
that
a hate
ad,
one for it. I just
he
like kind of
ripped
just
out the
don't really
page
care
and threw
much
it
for
away.
Oh my god.
Okay, his is larger.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my God.
yeah, that's
It is coded. It is coded, to be fair.
I mean, Recoded
so-
ain't horrible enough to promote.
One of the most forgettable one.
all right. But
Anyway,
if my brother sees this, then so I hate to air you out like this. Sorry.
They don't know who he is.
Your brother's
uh,
putting
you
you on
probably tell
blast.
Rico it's fine.
But anyway, we got the Wii. We got I borrowed Mario Galaxy from my cousin's place. But loved that a lot. Played Smash. I got Smash Brothers Brawl like years later. I used to play that at my uncle's, and that sort of helped introduce me to a bunch of stuff, sort of like Connor said earlier. And so I won't touch on that much, but I will say this. The same effect that Smash Brothers had for a bunch of people in here, I had something else that I watched back when I was 12 that actually introduced me to everything. And I think y'all might have a good idea of what that was.
Hey, yo, look at down below.
Shadow
It
the Hedgehog.
It was it was actually a YouTuber by the name of Gaming All Stars G.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Made these very
The ancient text.
yeah, shout out to that guy, he's amazing.
Oh hell yeah! Shout out.
He makes
Shout out to Simple
so
Flips.
he made these fan-made movies all in Gmod, and he basically replicated the Subspace Emissary with
Yes.
everybody. And for me, that was like, wow, this is amazing. I could see it's like with Smash, but way bigger.
Like
Like
your 12-year-old mind would like,
Yeah,
like
it's
that's
like-
your fantasy at that
see,
point.
like-
Yeah.
yeah, like I saw, like I'm like, who are these people? It's like, who's Nico Bellic?
Who's Nico
Who's
Bellic?
Nico Bellic?
Well, I mean,
A
Rockstar's
bunch of
like that
characters
nowadays.
that
Who
I
is
didn't know.
Master Chief, and why is he talking so much, even though he doesn't talk
The
in the
first-
games? Like,
Who's
very
Kung,
well?
who's Kung Lao?
Also, or at Needles Cave.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Who's
believe
Kung
it or
Lao?
not, I didn't know about Mortal Kombat until prior to watching that.
Oh my
I
God.
didn't know.
Oh, yeah,
I
didn't
knew it
know.
existed. I just didn't really
I
bother
didn't
with it
know.
until much later.
I didn't know who Travis Touchdown was until I watched him with his lightsaber.
Yeah, I never want to talk to you again. So get out of my presence.
That's kind of fair because No More Heroes was a bit
there's,
obscure until recently.
There was
Yeah, all these
just a
fake
bunch
ass
of stuff,
fans.
like a bunch of stuff.
Joking.
Like BioShock as well. That was something.
Another
But
one
yeah,
of my
basically
personal favorites.
I expanded my knowledge with that series and those series
Knowledge.
of fan movies. So I gotta shout out Gaming All Stars Gmod. Thank you for helping shape my taste. But moving on,
What a Chad.
I do want to mention that I did have a PS2. I did get Battlefront 2 for it, but
Again, based.
me being an idiot, just couldn't understand what was going on or how to play it, and so I just traded that in and got the Force Unleashed for PlayStation 2. I thoroughly enjoyed it though.
I mean, to be fair, it's like one of those where it's like, but like no the HD version exists though.
Yeah, but this was like prior before I knew
Like,
the HD version existed.
To be fair, it is one of those moments. But it's like trading Battlefront 2 for Force Unleashed though. That's the O for me.
Well,
Like, Battlefront 2 is like.
Wait, we just had somebody talk about they traded in 10 Kaiichi 2 or 3 on the PS2.
Because I was an idiot. What more do you want me to say?
Idiot. That's the theme of this.
Fine though.
Dummy. Stupid.
but there's some more idiotic moments, but I'll save that for later. But I got a Wii U. I didn't. It wasn't really as. I still just in a 3DS. I played a bunch of Mario stuff on my 3DS, like Super Mario 3D Land and Mario Kart 7. I remember those two. Those were fun. I played Mario Tennis Open as well. I had fun with it at first, but it kind of got boring.
Understandable.
Just playing it by myself. All right, so here's the part with the Mario RPGs that's weird for me. So I had like a series. I downloaded a series of trailers. Like I was looking forward to Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, new Super Mario Brothers 2, since I played the Wii version with my family and we all enjoyed it. And Paper Mario Sticker Star. I was looking forward to all three of those. I ended up playing all three of them at some point, and I actually enjoyed all of them. And at
Well,
this
yeah.
point, I have never played another Paper Mario game outside of Sticker Star, and it's been that way to this day.
You're banned. You're banned. You're
Nice.
banned, sir.
Oh,
So
played
awesome.
I played all
Mm.
the Mario and Luigi games though.
So,
Okay,
so-
like he talked about Bowser. The mention of Bowser's Inside Story, I think that makes up for it.
man, some big
But
big
this
news
is-
coming out during
I
this.
just feel so bad for you. I'm not mad. I just feel bad.
I'm just disappointed.
Well, I'm just-
man. Like, he's like. They like walk up to me and go, "Hey, I never played any other Twisted Metal game, but I've only played Twisted Metal 3," and it'd be like, I would just hand them a copy of 2 and go, "Play this, and cleanse your sins."
he's
Thomas, I'm not mad at you.
Like, I'm so sorry,
not-
my child. Just like.
Like,
Thomas, I'm not mad at you. I'm just
and what
disappointed.
stinks is that a family friend of mine had Super Paper Mario, and I didn't end up getting that game until like I was 17.
Bruh.
Never actually.
I
Oh,
haven't even
man.
finished, I haven't
Mario,
even
like,
cracked
I've
that
heard
game
of it.
open.
I've never gotten around to
I
playing.
haven't even cracked that game open since I bought it.
You should.
But I did played Smash Brothers for both. I played both versions. I enjoyed those. Like I'll never forget that day I got my hands on Smash 3DS. It was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Like I was hyping it up. I was hyping it up in my whole school. So like a bunch of
Dude,
people.
I
in my
got
trade
it on
knew that I
launch
was
day on
playing
accident
Smash
because it just happened
Brothers.
to. I got Smash 3DS on launch day because it just happened to launch the day I went into GameStop.
Oh, who's that weird kid
The
talking
Wii
about
U
Smash
version
again?
first because that was a Christmas present. And then
Yeah, that was literally it.
Come
That's,
on.
but I did play Smash Brothers on my Wii U. I didn't really. So like majority of my tastes were Nintendo related. At this point, I had branched out and played a bunch of other like Nintendo properties like Zelda, and I could go. That's another story for another time. But I didn't end up getting a PlayStation 4 until I sort of felt like there's not Wii U's having kind of a drop, like it's dying, and this was around the time when I started browsing the internet way more, and
The Wii U's fandom is dying.
Wii U's
like
kind
a
of
virtual
dying,
wiener.
and there's a bunch of stuff that I saw at the E3 2016 for PlayStation that I was thinking was super cool, and so I went on ahead and got a PlayStation that year, and got a bunch of games there, and just sort of played both those, like just sort of off and on between each system. I did play PC wise. I did play a lot of TF2 back in junior high. That was my jam.
Base.
TF2, I pumped so much hours in back in high
That
school.
was totally my jam. There's
I don't know,
this private map that me and my friends got a hold of,
Dustin White?
along with a
You
couple
heard
other
I didn't.
bunch of other people, and unfortunately they lost
Sounded
that
sus,
map,
though.
but it was still a lot of fun, and eventually I got. Was there a specific game, that series that I really got into before I went to college?
I'm gonna
other
flip
than,
you,
like,
Dustin, just so I can like, have this information for later.
Okay.
Sorry, just I'm trying to draw. I'm drawing a blank.
You're
But-
good.
Take your time, man. Take your time.
You're fine,
We
dude.
understand.
Do you understand?
I do.
Do you understand?
Oh my god, is that JoJo reference?
No.
I got a bunch of games for like. Oh yeah, I got a GameCube around that time. I played Resident Evil 4 on it.
Sick.
C4's great.
And my first. Okay, I'll actually get into Suda now. So I ended up finally playing No More Heroes 1 and 2 after buying it secondhand. That was actually the first M-rated game I bought by myself. So, I mean, I know it's not really, didn't really come out, like I didn't buy it when it first came out, but that was sort of the first M-rated game that I bought by myself, those two games. So they'll always be kind of special in some way.
I mean, that was just, like, it's a good way to start for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. It sort of got me into like that series, and I sort of got into it once I got heard about the new No More Heroes game at the time, which was now Travis Strikes Again come out for Switch, and then just sort of after that, I just sort of played a bunch of games on my Switch, like Odyssey and Breath of the Wild, until I went to college, and then that's when it wasn't until I got into college when I played a bunch of fighting games because all of y'all got me into them.
Mm.
And
We corrupted you.
You developed quite a nasty Chang as a result of that.
yeah, and that's pretty.
Funny Wrecking Ball, man.
When it comes to games,
Funny
that I've
Wrecking
been
Ball,
playing-
man.
Wrecking Ball go. Ooh.
Get Wrecking Ball go. Ooh. I love that.
When it comes to
Go on,
games, I've been playing recently. I've mostly been trying to clean out my backlog. I platinum trophy Crash Bandicoot 1 for the PlayStation 4.
We got an earful about that.
Yeah, Stormius can kiss my butt.
Oh yeah.
They had to dummy it out because it was so hard.
And then I actually finished Shovel of Hope before I've owned forever on my Switch, but I've never finished my file until like tonight, so I'm glad I got that out of the way.
You did what?
I got
the main campaign of Shovel Knight.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
had it forever, but I just not played it until
I finally finished it. I finally finished all the campaigns, but man, that King Knight one kicked my butt a bunch of times near the end.
yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me on my stuff. So yeah, started as a wee Mario fan, and then after getting exposed to a bunch of stuff, I've now pretty much played.
That's crazy how like I was the same way. Like I started with Mario, was super into that, just kind of branched out from there.
That's good.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
We were able to like.
If you want to get specific, if you want to say like what particular game really got me started, was I would prefer Super Mario Brothers 3 and Punch Out.
Mine was
Punch Out on Wii and Punch Out on NES.
That's one of the best Wii games.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Gamers. I think it's my turn now.
Yo,
Mhm.
buddy.
I think.
It should be.
Alive?
Last but certainly not least, Miles K. Cloud.
Me,
go.
baby, the magical girl. Let's get it. All right. So my story begins all the way back in 1999. Nine Inch Nails' newest album had just come out, and there I was. Fast forward a few years.
Wait, how
Go
old
all the
are
way-
you?
I'm 21.
Oh,
You're just you're 1 year older than me. Dang gum. Okay.
we're the same age, actually.
Oh really?
All right. Let's fast forward
Yeah, I
a
know,
little
I'm a bit
bit. We're
younger.
going all the way to 2004. We just moved into a new house in Mississippi, and here we are now. I've got a PlayStation 2 and a bunch of old games that my dad had. So the first game I ever played, what was that game? At 5 years old, it was Gran Turismo 2 for the PS1.
Ooh.
I think that was a really interesting start, honestly. Very unexpected, but that was the one that I started with because I liked cars at the time. I was a big fan of NASCAR when I was a child. I loved racing
Gran
cars.
Turismo is a pretty damn good series though. So
Especially Gran Turismo 2. That is the one I grew up with, and that's the one that's really good. I didn't have 3 yet. I would get it later.
a common theme is
not
that we
yet.
all start with really good games, and that's what really got us into it.
Yeah, pretty much. Mine's a little different though because I 100% the game at the age of 6 years old, which
Holy hell!
I don't know how the fuck I did it, but I really like cars. I mean, to be fair, I was reading at like 11 months old, so that was already scary impressive for my age
Weird
too, for
flex,
kids
but go
my
on.
age.
Racing
Shut
car go vroom.
I mean, you're not wrong in that. The car really did go vroom vroom, and that's what I loved about it. That sounds so stupid.
Miles over here, like, yeah. Oh, you think you're tough? Well, I could read, but I could read.
I could read before I was a year old.
Read your mind.
I can
I think,
read into your soul.
I read
read
like
your inputs before you
encyclopedias
press
when I
them.
was 5, and I think
How
I'm a
can we
weirdo.
see mirrors if our eyes aren't real?
Studied all
Thank
your
you,
moves,
Jaden
don't
Smith.
Hello, baby.
There's nothing wrong with reading young. I
Have you
read
never played Guilty Gear
encyclopedias.
Just
when
Now?
I was
I
young.
was reading really young too. I was reading like maybe the same age
Anyways,
actually.
back to
Anyway,
Toy
You're
Story.
hating on
Back to
the
Toy Story.
Back to Toy Story, everyone.
Okay, so racing games is where I started off. And when I was about 7 years old, the first game that I bought with my own money, I found at a yard sale because I saved up my allowance. Do you want to know what that game was? It was a little known game. You might not have heard of it, called Tekken Motherfucking 2.
Oh my
That was the
god.
First game I ever bought with my own money.
Tekken 2 is good shit.
Oh yeah,
Tekken 2
it is.
was
Very
the game.
base.
I've never
Very
heard of the
basic.
motherfucking edition.
Dude, Tekken 2 is the game I started off with. I remember everything about that game. I remember every character. I remember every stage. I remember every song that was in the game. I especially remember that final boss against Devil Kazuya. That shit haunted my nightmares.
They
as a kid.
forgot.
That was terrifying.
Devil,
The-
he,
Oh my god, it's like the
he
actual
made them
devil? Oh my
forget
god.
that he was the devil.
So, like, the thing that
Crazy.
terrified me was the stage itself. It wasn't even Devil Kazuya, it was the stage. It just kept infinitely repeating itself like a void in the background. That's what terrified me. Like, where the fuck are we? It was so crazy.
Anymore.
Then I started getting into more different games at that point instead of just
Mhm.
racing games, because the next game I got was Wipeout 3, and that was when I was about 8. And I still had a PS1 at this time. I had a PS1 at this time instead of a PS2, because our old PS2 broke around this time period. So Wipeout 3 was one of the first.
do that. It's really distressing, honestly.
Huh?
PS2s have a tendency to do that, like so much in general.
Oh yeah, I felt that one honestly.
With
PS2
discrete
breakage.
errors?
PS2s are like the most. Like the PS2 is like one of the most. Like we should talk about this in another day, but I just want to really mention real quick that the PS2 is like one of the most like sort of fragile consoles out there if you really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a one like it's still a good thing that thing actually sold like a hotcakes because like that's the only reason that people are really able to still like to sustain that. Yeah.
Look, I think we should save this for another podcast, but I just want to say, like, for as much as people talk about the Red Ring, they've never talked about the PS2's many malfunctions.
Oh yeah.
Back to Toy Story.
Yeah.
The Red Ring is definitely something to talk about later though, because that was.
Oh, totally.
So-
Go on, Miles though.
So Wipeout 3 was one of the hardest games I've ever played. That, especially at the age of 8, that was ridiculously hard. Turns, the music, the style, everything was just appealing to me. I don't know what it was that appealed to me so much as a kid, but it blew my mind. Like, I had never experienced anything like it before. Now you're thinking, okay, you've played all these games. They don't really have many memorable, big characters. Tekken's got your Kazuyas and your Heihachis and your Ninas and your Kings. But there's nobody big. Who was your first gaming icon? Well, that's a very easy answer. That was Sonic the Hedgehog.
One of the most
fucking
attractive
knew it.
characters in all of fiction.
Not bring myself for this, please.
Grown.
Dustin,
Please stop.
please.
I had to bring it up.
Give him a menacing symbol.
For when we
Already
do a
did.
different podcast.
I know.
Yep. Give him the
I just
menacing
wanted to bring it
symbol.
up. I just wanted to bring it up.
Anyway,
Oh,
anyways.
cringe, so I got to bring it up.
My favorite Sonic game was actually probably the most unpopular opinion possible. That was Sonic CD. I fucking love that game.
No, that was
It's
really
hard to-
popular back
That's
then.
actually not a
Yeah,
horrible
that was
opinion.
Popular back in the day.
I think that's
No,
a
the
good
thing is, I don't see many people praising it as much because of its level design and mechanics, but I
There's
really
a
like
lot
that
of
back
people
in
that
the day.
praise
still
it. What are you talking about?
People
No,
like it's
I know a lot of
cringe.
people. I know a lot of people that praise it.
Nowadays, it's not. It's a very unpopular opinion, but back in the day, it was very popular to like
Sonic CD had
Yeah.
that mythical reputation. Like, it was the Sonic game that was, like, really good. It was only available on this one console that didn't
Yeah.
sell well, so it had, like, a mythical quality to it.
Fair enough. That was
Like,
the one
nowadays, people don't like it
I grew up
nowadays, but that's just because the level design is just eh.
with. I think I can't even remember how I played Sonic CD. Honestly, I think I remember
PC
playing.
port for the Windows.
Yeah, that was probably it too, honestly. I think I remember having that. And then a few years later, when the amazing mobile port came out, I was like, yeah, this is the way. I'm so glad they ported it to Steam. It's so nice of them to port it to Steam through the Sega Genesis collection that they have, like all the 50 games in them. That was really cool.
The Steam port. It's from it's because that's what Christian Whitehead did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, however, there were some other video games I was really big into around the time. I was still interested in cars, so Twisted Metal 2 was one of the next games I got, and that blew my mind. I'd never seen anything like that before.
The 2 is good.
Because of my love of Destruction Derby around the same time, Twisted Metal 2 came very natural to me. But that wasn't the only other like sports or car or racing related game. I also had SSX3 for the PS2, which was phenomenal.
Oh,
That's base territory.
that's a good game.
Base territory.
That is a banger of a
pretty
game.
good game.
Yeah.
I remember like every song ever used in that game, and I have the full soundtrack on Spotify just ready to go at a moment's notice whenever I'm in a mood. I was just like, put on some SSX3, just go from there. Relive the childhood, baby. It's the good
Nice.
stuff.
That
I
is-
also kept playing a lot of fighting
based.
games, like Virtua Fighter, Dead or Alive 2. Like, I was really big into 3D fighters at the time. Even Mortal Kombat Deception, which is still one of my most treasured video games.
With one of the best characters ever.
Still,
It's not Deception.
he wasn't in that game.
Wow, what a fake fan.
All right. I'm not
What
gonna-
a crazy
I'm not gonna lie. I actually,
Fake fan.
I feel ashamed to
Cringe.
admit I put a lot of time into Deception. Honestly,
That's not a
Deception's
bad
fine.
thing at all.
but that game
it's
is
not
actually
bad.
really decent.
It's not really that bad.
It
No, it's
depends
just that,
if you have-
no, I just feel like a lot of people like that I talk to, like, cause I go to tournaments a lot in general. Like I play with like other like OGs sometimes. Like that's just like the one unpopular opinion I have is like Deception's actually a really good game.
I mean, that's not
That's
even
not
my
a
unpopular opinion with
popular
Halo. Halo
opinion.
4 is a good game. Changed my mind.
Anyways, back to Toy Story.
I think
Yep.
Halo 4 is good. Halo 5
Maybe I should just clip that and
Halo
add
5's
that to
multiplayer
the.
was fine. Halo 5's campaign sucked dick though.
Connor, idea for
Uh,
Connor, idea for next time. Just cut that voice line out of George Wood's video and just use that for whenever we're getting off topic.
Okay, that's actually not a bad idea. Yeah.
Yeah, anyways, back to Toy Story. So, where was I? Oh yeah, 3D fighters. So, Virtua Fighter was really cool. But then, there was something else in my childhood that was missing. I've skipped over an integral part of my childhood. See, I wasn't just a console gamer. I was a PC gamer too back in the day. Because, you know, PCs, they were all the rage. You know, that was the new upcoming thing. The way to play video games on at some point, that was coming up. And there was this one game I remember having. My dad bought it back in the day. It was a big box PC game. It came with a CD-ROM and everything. And he doesn't have it anymore. It's disappointing. But you know what that was?
Oh,
A big old copy of Ultimate Doom.
Damn.
oh my god.
I have
Nice.
spent more time with Doom than I have with my family.
That's
Uh,
that's that's
no,
a
that's a
statement.
bit concerning.
That's a
That's
statement.
not even concerning. That's just true. Doom is one of the most important. Doom is one of the most important video games of my entire life. Without it, I would never have gotten into like heavy metal and Dungeons and Dragons and science fiction. I would never have gotten into things like Alien or stuff like that. I would never have discovered my love for cinema. Because Doom was so heavily influenced by movies that I hadn't yet watched at the time.
Wasn't
that
it originally like an Aliens game? Or
It
before they got some
was.
license or
It was
something? Yeah.
going to be a license game. For, yeah,
Yeah.
they decided not to take the rights because they wanted creative control.
And they were inspired by a campaign that John Romero was doing of D&D, where pretty much demons overwhelmed everyone after they grabbed the Daikatana. Yes, that's actually what happened. I'm not making this up.
There are two more games that I have to mention that are very important to me. One of the next ones is one I didn't start playing until a while ago, which was about 5-6 years ago. It's a little known game you've probably heard of called Outrun. Now, knowing my love for racing games, it's understandable why I would love Outrun, because it's probably just one of the greatest car games of all time. It's not even a racing game, it's just a driving game.
It's really
Beautiful.
good. I play
It's got-
Outrun's like one of those like arcade games I love to bop a few quarters in if I see one of those.
It's like, it's just got some of the greatest video game music ever recorded. It's got beautiful scenery, a great car, the Ferrari Testarossa. You can't beat that. it just invokes this really nice feeling of driving around. That's why I love to go for drives whenever, I have a free chance in my car. I just love to go for a drive. Just put on some Outrun music and go for a drive. It's just nice and relaxing.
Good, they put it in Yakuza even.
But that isn't the most important video game of my life. That came one fateful day when I was at a skating rink down in Jackson. There was a series of arcade cabinets there. You want to know what those lucky motherfuckers had over in Jackson?
What'd they have?
What's that?
They had an MV. They had an MVS.
Ooh, interesting.
You know what they had in the MVS?
What?
King of Fighters 1998.
Oh, hell.
Oh my god, you lucky son of a bitch.
I think I might have been at that skating rink at one point. I don't
Oh my
remember.
god, that's crazy.
It blew everything. It shattered all my expectations. I'd never played anything like this game in my life. The characters were so cool. The stages looked beautiful. The sprite work was fantastic. Music, bopping, gameplay, amazing. Everything about this game destroyed every expectation I'd previously had of fighting games. Because I was more into the 3D fighting games at the time, like Tekken, Virtua Fighter, DOA, all that. Your classic 3D fighting games, those ones. But this brought a new level to it. It brought fast-paced action with incredible slow-thinking maneuvers. It was just... It blew my mind. I'd never played anything like it, and I've still never played anything like it. It's still one of the most important games, but it shaped the way that I think about video games today.
I think
It's not just... It's not just the game that needs to be good. It needs to be... It's not just the gameplay. It needs to be the aesthetic. It needs to be the presentation. It needs to be everything else about the game. It needs to combine itself into a nice package. To put itself to bed at night.
I think I felt that way for a fighting game when I played Blaze Blue Central Fiction, because I think that's
when I played Guilty
changed
Gear
me.
XX, or just Guilty Gear XX, and I finally got around to playing it. It just completely just blew me away with everything it had. Like, just the heavy metal soundtrack, the awesome sprite work, like, just everything. It was just like, this is phenomenal.
I can totally understand that.
For me,
As a complete side note, by the way, Cedric, I'm amazed you didn't mention Mega Man once. I thought you would have.
I did.
I barely
did,
heard it,
yeah.
honestly. I
He
barely
did mention
heard
it.
I thought I know.
It was like very on and off, but he mentioned it.
I know this might
Yeah,
sound...
I think-
guys, this might sound weird, but me and him have been playing Gundam this whole time.
There are some bits and pieces that I forgot to put in, but Mega Man was definitely a part of my life.
Yeah, you
guys
mentioned
are
Mega
welcome.
Man
Mega
at some
Like
point.
Mega Man for my thing is just simply like, we would have been here all day if I really mentioned them.
Well,
Yeah, Mega Man was a bit of a sideline thing for me, but I do really enjoy
Mega Man
it.
always
Same here.
compared to Sonic because blue. So I was like, I have
One thing Mega Man Extra, like some of the best games ever made, go at me.
Did you ever read the Sonic?
I'm
and
not
Mega
going
Man
at you because you're right.
Anyways, did you ever read the Sonic and Mega Man crossover comic, Cedric? I feel like you would have enjoyed that.
That was good. That was so good.
That was
I remember reading
based.
that.
I saw bits and
Absolutely
pieces of it when it was
based.
coming
I'm
out.
so glad the Archie comic
But
died.
I don't think I ever sat down and read it.
I'm not, because it was gonna die anyway. It was coming. It was gonna come
The
eventually.
Mega Man comic was honestly really good. I'm sad it died.
Anyways,
Maybe
that's
one day
the
we'll
end.
get it.
That's the end of my story. I need to go to bed because it's literally almost 2 a.m. We spent way too much time on the intros.
Well, I
mean,
we can still
the
finish
first
up
one.
because the other stuff is just short.
Yeah, this is short.
Like the biggest thing is we were wanting to discuss, since E3 is coming up fairly soon and it's confirmed to be an all digital. But I wanted this to be different. Yeah, we could talk about the stuff that's happening now, or like that's already been confirmed to be there. But what are some of your outlandish hopes? If you were to get like the big what announcement, what would it be?
Mega
For me,
Man.
Master Chief and Smash.
A new Mega Man.
no, come on,
Not
guys,
gonna
add a little bit more flavor to it. Let's go back
no
around.
Smash. Rule
Metroid-
one. No
Metroid
Smash.
Okay,
Prime
but
trilogy.
like
No
for,
Smash? Alright, I got you.
Metroid Prime Trilogy is like
Halo
super
Infinite 2.
like for
Here's the thing.
like
I
for
don't have a
mine.
I don't have a super outlandish claim, but I just want them to give more information on what the fuck Sega's doing with Virtua Fighter again.
They already said.
Metroid Prime 4.
They already said though, dude.
Honestly.
Metroid Prime 4 and BO2W2. I want to hear something about those.
What's the new
I
Sonic
just
game?
need. What's the
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 16 doing? Square,
I
shut
want
up
to
and
hear
tell us already.
about. I want to hear
There
about.
is
Yeah,
no
I'm
Sonic
with Cedric on
game.
this one. I want to hear what they're doing for Sonic, and I would also like Sega to go, hey, we have partnered with Hideki Naganuma. We're gonna make Jet Set Radio 3.
They do that, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Now,
'cause
my outlandish
Naganuma is
thing.
already on
Y'all
my
are
Cyberpunk.
like y'all already know what my outlandish thing is because the developer doesn't exist anymore. But if they were to somehow bring back MotorStorm, I would be freaking out.
I want another Infamous game. How about that?
That's what I was getting at.
Love a new Infamous game.
But Sucker Punch
Hello,
still
Riz.
exists, and they still want to make Infamous, so it's like whatever.
Yeah.
That's
I
gonna
just wanna do
probably
Twisted
happen at
Metal,
some
but
I
point.
was
like,
gonna say a new
David
Spyro
Jeffy
game, but
doesn't
that's
really have
never
a career
happening
anymore
now.
because he made Drawn to Death, which sucked.
It's over.
So now
Twisted
David
Metal's
Jeffy
done.
sits around live streaming on YouTube making clickbait crap all the time.
If I will, for my outlandish thing, I want,
No More Heroes 4, the Mad
No.
Bastard.
I want whatever game Next Level Games is making next to be a punch out on Switch.
Dude, even if they just ported the Wii version, I would be super excited.
Yeah, I would be
Yes,
too.
but it would be
but-
$60.
Yeah, it's $60, and the only bonus content is they added Doc Lewis.
$60.
They added Doc
Um,
Lewis's Punch Out to it.
You know what I'm gonna say?
Well, I would put Metroid Prime 4 on a sacrificial altar if it meant getting a new Punch Out game.
I agree.
Nah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Can I
yeah.
sacrifice?
Nah, man. I'm still waiting for Metroid Prime 4. So.
Can I sacrifice?
I am
fight
too.
for it.
Man.
indie
Like,
game
please
for,
give us some news on that Nintendo, please.
Dude,
Guys,
dumb news
guys,
at this point.
guys.
I want
can
to see
talk
news
real
on
quick?
Bayonetta 3, honestly, because like we have not
A new
heard
game.
anything about it
to
since
me.
2017.
No way, you got your own.
Can I say my thing?
Yeah,
want-
yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want
guys, we're talking
Kid-
over each other. Careful.
yes,
I want
Jalen.
Kid Icarus Uprising 2. I know
That
won't
honestly
happen,
would have
but
been
want
something
it.
I would have listened to.
I'm actually like, here's the thing. I'm in that same
Doesn't-
boat because that would be cool. But I'm actually, what if they ported it to like Switch to give the original a newer audience and have it actually have a traditional controller setup?
Yes, I would love that.
Please, a billion times, yes.
I would
Alright,
love
I
that.
need to go
I would
to.
buy
I need to go to
it for-
bed. Honestly, it's almost 2 in the morning.
Put you
Yeah.
to sleep, sir.
Well, I mean, we can finish up. Like, you can watch the VOD later.
Yeah.
We're not gonna be talking that much longer for E3.
Yeah,
but
we only have
Yeah.
like we're only gonna be here for about like 5 more minutes, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna
I
we're probably gonna hit just a
15
few
more
extra
minutes.
minutes. Yeah.
yeah, probably 15 more minutes. I'm guessing.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
can't
no
do-
cap. I really don't. There's really nothing at E3 that really appeals to me that much.
That's why we're talking about things that are outlandish, like an
More
announcement that would
Halo
make you freak
news,
out.
I'm hyped.
A new Castlevania game.
E3, get
in
to
the
it.
style-
That'd be sick. That would be sick.
What,
Uh,
the
I-
You know, if PT were actually realized, that would be cool. That would be cool too.
Dude, I would love another Castlevania collection with the other games that they missed.
But the DS games, please.
Yes.
Oh my god. I
And
would-
Symphony of the Night, please.
God.
Well,
I'm
well,
sure.
remember,
Can't believe
the,
that
well,
collection.
that one would be a
Oh, did
little
they?
tough
Oh,
because
I
they,
thought
yeah,
they
yeah,
were
because
on
remember they did
PS4
that,
now.
yeah, they did that double pack.
Oh.
But that being
Just
on other
do-
systems would be cool. The
Just do
Rondo of
Kingdom
Blood,
Hearts
Symphony of the Night pack.
all-in-one thing.
Yeah.
Just do the Kingdom Hearts all in one shit. Just
Could you
put all
imagine
the
if other
Castlevanias.
franchises did that?
That'd be sick, and it goes on
Central
sale for
Fiction
like $20
rollback. There's
too.
mine.
It's on sale during Golden Week right now.
For $30,
There's my
the
outlandish
whole
claim.
series.
Central Fiction rollback.
Like Jesus.
Hey guys, next time can
Alright.
we talk about
You want
my crippling VTuber
My
addiction?
crippling debt. Yeah.
We can
Let's
say
talk
that
about
for
our
a
crippling
different
debt.
Oh,
Uh,
same difference.
Hey, Roger, can you move Sinistar? You kind of forgot about him.
Oh, whoops. Sorry. I'm
I am
playing Gundam.
Playing the Gundam.
got a podcast to manage.
Okay, yeah, it'd be nice if some other people would help. But
Oh, now he's
you never
playing
asked.
his victim card.
Wait, should we just
I'm messing, dude. God, y'all take this way too seriously. We were
joking.
literally memeing like 10 minutes ago.
I was literally joking, dude.
and we meme and we meme.
We do a
Alright,
little trouble.
another
Another
Outlandish.
trolling, exactly.
Another outlandish hope.
A traditional
that I would absolutely
WarioWare
love to
game.
see would be
The return of
Wario
WarioWare.
Land 5.
I
No,
wanna
no,
see-
WarioWare.
Let him finish.
Because Game and Wario
Yeah.
was weird.
I want to see. I'm trying to think.
Take your time.
There's something. I want to see, like. Well, Breath of the Wild 2 is not really a big, like, outlandish claim, but
Its release date being sooner than people think would probably be, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, I am itching for.
The way
dive
Nintendo's
back into that
acting,
world.
the way Nintendo's been acting lately, though, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like they finally announce it's like done, and then it's like, oh, 3 months from now,
Yeah,
like
wouldn't-
like they've
wouldn't
been
surprise me.
doing with a lot of their announcements lately.
They did that with Smash Ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be even more surprised.
And
if they
Mario,
announced an
3D
Odyssey
All-Stars.
sequel. I'd be more
Oh,
surprised
yeah.
if they announced an Odyssey sequel and say it's coming at the end of this year.
Bowser forces
That
Peach
would
to
be-
sign the
that would
divorce
be an
papers.
outlandish-
What,
That would
like-
be an outlandish show.
Bowser
Super
signs
Mario
the divorce
Galaxy 2?
paper.
Super Mario
Super Mario
Galaxy
Galaxy 2,
3?
that'd be cool.
Galaxy 3?
Free update
Maybe.
with Galaxy 2 would be awesome.
I
Oh
wouldn't
yeah,
mind
well I'll
Galaxy 2 on
extend
Switch.
too.
I wouldn't mind a lot of things on the Switch.
One more outlandish claim I'd like to make is I'd also like to probably see a Zelda collection, but I really doubt that's gonna happen.
Mhm.
I hope it does, but it's probably not.
Majora's Mask 2. There you go. That's my outlist for.
Majora's Mask. I mean, that kind of is Ocarina of Time too, in a way.
Half-Life 3. We're getting
So
there.
it
That
would
is the
really,
most outlandish
so it
so
would really
far.
be Ocarina of Time 3, huh?
But they're like, hold on, we do. It's called Alex 2.
Half-Life Alex 2.1.
Imagine an like a
Imagine
see,
the
like,
news articles and all of the poorly aged articles after that.
Yeah.
imagine you're watching a trailer for E3 and then it pans around like a ruined area. You see like some signs of it being in the Half-Life universe, but then like it fades out with someone talking, and then it plays in a hazardous environments, and then it shows the Half-Life logo, and then
I did it!
three,
I beat him!
like people would lose their shit.
Mhm.
Everyone would freak out.
Look at
Watch Valve go. Now we are here to announce that we're gonna count to 3 finally. Behold, Team
One.
Fortress 3.
Team Fortress 4.
I will
sick as
lose
hype,
my
though.
mind.
No, no, no.
even
Could you
more.
imagine this? Dude, could you imagine?
Overwatch 2 in its grave.
Could you imagine?
Anything
G-
happen
guys.
with Overwatch 2 lately?
What can die if it has not been born yet?
Guys,
Oh,
imagine if they got to 4, how
Dude,
perfect the name Team
You cannot call it
Fortress
dead
would
if it
be.
was never born.
Like, if they made it to a 4th game, how perfect Team Fortress would be
Oh,
as a
yeah.
title.
Mm-hmm.
But like they called it the remake for Resident
What?
Evil.
what like Resident Evil 7.
Mm.
What about Left 4 Dead 4?
Well,
4
that's why we're getting Back for Blood.
Back for.
No, seriously, that's Turtle Rock's new game.
Anyway,
Yes. What about Dead Island 2? Anyone remember that?
Oh, they recently said that it's not dead, but then literally their whole reaction was weird. They gave a statement saying that because remember they're also working on Dying Light 2 at the same time.
Didn't that get canceled?
No.
since you came out.
No, Dying Light 2 is not out yet. It's literally just delayed until TBA.
It's not
That's
canceled.
not good. That's not good at all.
But
there's
they,
some games that had worse.
yeah, Duke Nukem Forever.
Doom 4.
Mother 3 had a long ass delay period. and
Oh
we still
yeah,
haven't
oh
gotten
yeah,
back to it.
Wolfenstein: The New Order. Try the Doom 4 beta
Getting
today.
Mother 3 as an official translation would be a pretty wild thing to ask for E3.
Oh, I know,
That
right?
would be crazy.
If it happens,
Dude, what if
Or
that
an
was
Earthbound remake. Either of those would be fucking
a
great.
digital Eclipse
How about
collection
Earthbound Collection?
of
That's better.
1 through 3?
Yeah.
Jesse would actually explode if
Because
they
like
did
the
a
original
Earthbound
Mother has
remake.
not aged very well at all.
No, it aged like dog shit.
The Mother
about-
collection.
Earthbound is my favorite game of all time, but I am not gonna mince words to Mother 1. Like I really
No, you
I
shouldn't.
really do not want to mince words.
Mother 1 aged like
But Mother 1 has like aged like absolute dog shit.
Aged like actual milk.
Hey,
Yeah.
God, we
what
got
if-
on the hot takes right at the end, huh?
What if?
It's not hot takes. That's just kind of a consensus.
It's kind of
That's
Like,
not a
fat.
hot take.
the fan base doesn't really
That is
care.
a
Guys,
It's
chill. Like we're getting to the too many
Bad but
people in the
true.
kitchen. We're getting into the too many people in the kitchen scenario again.
And I'm cooking fries.
Seriously, like remember we need to avoid doing that so there's not like four voices overlapping.
Wouldn't it be better? I'll do you one better. What if it's an Earthbound collection, but it's all remade into claymation?
Whoa.
That'd be
That'd
sick.
be Very interesting.
That I'm busting a nut right on site.
Astral nut.
Even better if you're like-
Astral nut.
even better if it's, like,
Destroyed.
coming out
if
now.
only I had the nut button sound effect, just nut.
Just
That
you
text to
just hear-
speech.
I mean,
Nut.
I know I could do this. You know, I could do this. Hold on.
That text to
Just
speech
nut.
nut. Yeah.
There it is.
But anyway, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Got-
But yeah, like short and sweet. But now I believe it's time to wrap it up, guys. We'll see them in about 2 weeks,
been
roughly,
real.
give or take. But what are y'all's final thoughts, and what do y'all think of how this went tonight?
This
I
was pretty
think
good.
well.
It was really
pretty cool.
interesting hearing everybody's experience
Funny
with
hoo-hoo,
games
man.
throughout their lives. I mean, it was
Mhm.
sort
I
of
don't know. I think it went the
I,
tiniest.
I
bit
found it
long,
very
but it's
charming,
just
honestly. Can't wait to do this again.
We
Oh,
did
dude.
doing a bit at
did
some
like it.
points.
It did go a
but
little long,
we-
but I
it
mean,
went
Hey, man, we do a little trolling.
To go long in general.
Well, remember the
Yeah,
reason why this one went.
Yeah, Joel.
Remember the reason why this one went so long is because we wanted to give the audience a background of what we're into and like what kind of games we like.
Yeah.
Like I
Don't
think the
expect episodes to be this long again.
no, this
I
is
don't
what
think
this
it'd
is
be
gonna
this long.
no, this is gonna be roughly we're gonna try to shoot for about 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
I think
We just
I
started
think,
kind of late. That's
We need to start earlier then.
Well,
Yeah,
remember
we
I had to
definitely
do some
do.
last minute tweaks.
yeah. I think
sound like
I don't
I should
think
have
streams
long
will be as long like most of our podcast episodes.
Yeah,
will be as
don't
long as
worry. This
one.
is like first
This is
stream,
just
but like
this is
like
introductions.
and plus the
Yeah,
more
it's
and plus the
pretty
more we
long.
do this, the more we'll be able to just quickly be ready. Like, hey, y'all good? Good.
Hmm
We'll
And
be
plus
more in
we'll have-
sync.
Plus, we'll have more time on topics to talk about, and we'll
Yeah,
get through
that's
some more of
fair.
them. 'Cause
Uh-huh.
The games that going through our backstories and just
Like,
talking
this
about.
was the one where I actually really had to omit so much for brevity. Like,
Yeah.
Brevity.
And yours was pretty long.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
gave
say.
you guys an abridged version.
Honestly,
That's
there was a
not
bunch of stuff I
abridged.
left out, but that was
Like, well,
Yeah, I was
well,
gonna say,
remember,
Both Jesse
remember,
and Cedric's are pretty long.
remember after
Oh,
that.
yeah,
Remember
yeah,
after
yeah.
You really
this,
had to omit so
hey,
much, like,
guys,
you growing up
re-
with emulators
rem-
a lot.
guys, remember after this, it's pretty much going to be consolidated to giving our opinions on news. This was just an overview of what we played. There will be more personal topics later.
Yeah. Or
But-
maybe
and over time we'll learn how to
Next week.
yeah, and over time we'll learn how to budget our time better. Don't worry.
Can, can
Re-
we
remember,
do
this is
us
going to
to-
take a
we knew it this.
well. Remember, this is going to be a learning experience for all of us trying to do this.
Oh,
I'm just
yeah.
glad this went well. Nothing broke.
Hey.
Roger,
We don't know.
you
that
mind if I
yet.
Fuck you, Craig.
That's right.
Oh
Get
yeah,
outta here,
Craig
Craig.
bot.
Not the brute, the bot. Not the
I
brute,
got
the
an
bot.
idea.
Yeah, Craig bot. Yeah, I know you people listen to this podcast.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Hold on.
bot.
Can
don't-
somebody send me that screenshot of Thomas's outburst on Craig? I want to put that in the
Can-
window
Oh,
first.
please, where is it? Isn't it pinned somewhere?
Uh,
Can you let me talk about this real quick?
Yeah, go
I was
for it
thinking
while I
of
find
a good
this.
idea that we need to do.
Okay.
We need to have a group together of E3, and we do it on the Twitch or on.
Oh,
we
we
upload it.
yeah.
Let's have live reaction.
That's
Yeah.
that's a fucking great
Yeah.
idea.
Dude.
Yeah, that's a good
Great
idea. That's
idea.
what I'm saying. It works for the podcast. We need to do that for
Bro.
E3.
Yeah, but we need to be heavily advertising the podcast though. We got to get this thing to grow.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it takes time.
It's
Mhm.
in the chat.
Yeah, because remember, I am going to be editing this and putting it on the YouTube channel for the podcast.
I am not really sure if we should do live reactions because I think some of us may have work that day.
Yeah, actually,
Mhm.
no,
I mean,
think
we.
that-
Well,
Yes, we are.
remember,
If
remember, we've already accepted that not all of us will be available for all of the recording
A
sessions.
lot of us will have work in the afternoon. Though is the thing.
I mean, if
Like,
at
a
least a
lot
few
of
of us
us.
can make it, then we can get it off the ground. We just have to see.
Yeah,
that
we
day.
yeah
How
we could
about
yeah
that?
we could do like a we could do like a live reaction and then maybe like say it's on like a Wednesday. The ones that are available can do the live reaction, and then on the Monday, we can talk about our general thoughts and maybe catch up with the ones that couldn't make it.
Okay,
Yeah,
give me a
that'd be a
second.
good idea. That'd be a good idea.
June 12th is Saturday, June 12th through Tuesday. Actually, yeah. All I have to do is just take off the. All I have to do is just take
But
off.
what,
the
but what, do you,
Saturday.
but what do y'all
Most of them
think?
can make
Like, but because if I'm not mistaken, after it's over is when our next podcast would be for that time, and we could just like the people that weren't able to make it to watch it live with us on this podcast can just catch up with us on the recording session for the main podcast.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. I like the sound of that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. I have a good idea at least once a day.
So be it. But
Yeah.
I will not be here for that period because I will be on vacation during that period of time. But I should be back for the Gab session afterwards.
We could catch up with you later on that.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, there we go, chat. Enjoy that while we say our goodbyes. Like, I just put it dead center of the screen.
Off the ground.
Oh, yeah.
There
And
it
right after
is.
that, he worked.
Oh man, I love it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's me.
Thomas here has a long history with trying to get Craig to work.
Backstory. Craig, like, what?
No. Save that for next time. Yeah, everybody. I hope everybody enjoyed this. We're gonna fade the music back in and fade you guys out. Y'all have a good night, guys. Okay, everyone have a good one. Take care.